The great Michael Scott once said, "My, how the turntables." You don't have to be an employee of Dunder Mifflin Paper Company to appreciate what the Unaka Rangers have done this season. The team from Elizabethton has only a single loss against Class A opponents and carries a 7-4 record into Coalfield tonight. The 7 wins matches last season's win total, and they'll have an opportunity to get to 8 tonight. If you're wondering why we should care about that, the 14 wins the past 2 years is more than the total of wins for the previous 7 seasons combined. In 2016, Unica made the playoffs by winning 1 game. The team was coming off of a 71-0 loss at Midway and were set to play the undefeated Greenback next. Most of the players turned in their jerseys and claimed they were done for the year. The Rangers were forced to forfeit, and as a result, the TSSAA issued a postseason ban to the boys' upcoming basketball season. Some people may disagree with the decision of the players that year, but Greenback had defeated Midway earlier in the season 48-12. I know it doesn't exactly translate, but if you shift the point differential over, then Greenback would be 107 points better than Unica. Steve McKinney resigned as head coach, and O'Brien Bennett took over, breathing new life into the program. Bennett's starting quarterback was John Ramsey, who would eventually become Unica's all-time passing leader following his senior season in 2018. In 2019, there was a new signal caller with a familiar name. Landon Ramsey has been the starting quarterback since then. Sports offer a glimpse into poetic justice sometimes. In Landon's senior year, Coach Bennett and the Unaka Rangers captured the school's very first playoff victory. Who was it against? Greenback. The team that led Unica did not have enough players to field a team and be punished by the TSSAA. It also led to Bennett becoming the head coach. What makes that victory even better? Landon passed his brother, John, as Unica's all-time leading passer in that game, going 9 for 13 for 133 yards and 2 touchdowns. He was extra dangerous on the ground, though, amassing 170 yards on 22 carries and 3 touchdowns. The guy puts up great numbers. Does that remind you of anyone? It should. Coalfield's Cole Hine has thrown for just shy of 1,500 yards in his senior campaign, but he's added 335 and 5 touchdowns on the ground, running effectively enough just to keep a defense honest so he can make a defense cover it. That's quite a bit of difference between the two schools tonight. Coalfield is trying to make it to the quarterfinals for the 5th time since the year Unica forfeit its playoff game. Unica is trying to get to the quarterfinals for the first time ever. The ground is wet as Mother Nature decided it had to be in the coal. Does that play a part in tonight's game at all? I guess we'll find out on the OEB Law Game of the Week. Day or night, 24/7. Someone will be there to answer and give you a free consultation and get to work on your case immediately. Call 865-546-1111 or visit the website full of helpful information, wreckintoacheck.com. That's OEB Law. I'm Aaron Harvey, joined by football coach and local storekeep James Hoot Gibson. Unica's winless in 6 tries against the Yellow Jackets, 4 of which came in the playoffs. Only one of those games has been played in Elizabethton. I'd be lying if I told you I remembered any of those games, the earliest of which was in 1990. Somehow, though, I got a feeling like tonight's game feels different for the fans from the northeastern part of the state.
Yeah, you know, the Unaka Rangers, who have been playing football since the 1950 season, won their first playoff game last week over Greenback. That's a huge win for that program. And these two teams last played in 2005 when Coalfield, led by Brandon Davis and his huge offensive linemen, Dustin Carroll and Chris Coker and company, handled them significantly, 27-10. So let's see what this game has in store for us.
That's James Gibson. I'm Aaron Harvey, and it's playoff time tonight. We'll tell you who else in the area is playing, as well as preview tonight's game later on your OEB Law Game of the Week.
Football is back, and OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacles blocking you from scoring a full and fair settlement. Call OEB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your wreck into a check.
Pat Ryan here with Kathy Mae Martin. If you're thinking of buying or selling real estate, then make the right play call and contact Kathy Mae Martin for all your real estate needs. Kathy's 30-plus years of knowledge and experience gives her clients the competitive edge. You know, like me on game day. Kick is up and it's good. Kathy May Martin for all your real estate needs.
At Patriot Home Care, our personal approach to patients is what sets us apart.
I truly appreciate the kindness through the years.
Thank you so much for the care you provided for my husband. Your kindness and compassion will always be appreciated.
We can assist with all ages. Our dedicated staff has the experience to take care of your needs.
The entire home care team has been amazing, and I've definitely felt supported throughout.
Let our family take care of your family, from full-time to just a few hours. See how Patriot Home Care can help you.
(1952). That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Football is back, and OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense. Call OEB Law and turn your wreck into a check.
And welcome back to your OEB Law Game of the Week. I'm Aaron Harvey, joined by James Gibson, live from Rochelle Field, where tonight it's second round of the playoff action as Unica has made its way to this kind of dreary Coalfield. It's interesting when you come into the ball game and it's already dark, and that's what has happened after time change. So, yeah, we're already under the Friday night lights.
It's quite the environment here tonight. Very misty, rain. It's very light. So let's see if that plays a part in the ball game.
You know, on the other side of this bracket that pits Region 1 against Region 2, Oliver Springs hit the bus and went to Cloudland. The Highlanders knocked off Oakdale 38-28, and Oliver Springs defeated Cosby 35-21. Cloudland's made it to the semifinals, or they made it to the semifinals one season ago, but this version of the team is not the same as that one. Common opponents include Rockwood and, well, of course, Cosby and Oakdale. Cloudland had a net point differential of -4 against those common opponents. Oliver Springs, on the other hand, had a point differential of +9. Cloudland's going to keep the ball on the ground, and we know Oliver Springs mostly will as well. Of course, the winner of that game plays the winner of our game tonight, who advances.
I think Oliver Springs is going to pull this out. They've been playing really good football since they got embarrassed by Coalfield. So I think Oliver Springs is going to beat Cloudland tonight by a couple touchdowns.
And then that would set up, possibly, a rematch between Coalfield and Oliver Springs. You said Coalfield embarrassed them in that game. Well, I mean, they did. 50-0, I believe, was that final score.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Oliver Springs wants that.
Oh, yeah, they want it back. You know, Unica's from Elizabethton, but it's not the only school in town, of course. Elizabethton, the Fighting Cyclones, are entering the Bull Ring for the second time this season to take on Anderson County. You see the mist on the screen going across the lights. It's a little bit dreary.
It's cold.
It is colder than, you know, well, I mean, it was earlier in the year because that's what happens. But anyway, you know, the Mavericks are 11-0, but by far their closest game was against the team they'll face tonight. In overtime, with a chance to win with a 2-point conversion, Tim Elrod's favorite team got a stop and walked away with a 1-point victory. It was 1 year ago that the school that gave us Jason Witten ended Anderson County's season. The two teams have already seen each other. How do you see this one going down?
You know, Anderson County is built different in 2022. We've seen them several times, and I think they will beat the Cyclones this year to advance. Look for Gavin No to really show out tonight. They're going to need him to really stand up tonight. for them to beat Elizabeth.
Yeah, because Gavino didn't play in that game against Elizabethton earlier in the year. Of course, his backup, Nick Moog, has stepped up, been a huge asset to this Anderson County team.
Two-headed monster.
But now, yeah, you have that two-headed monster, and so that's going to help Anderson County in this playoffs for sure, especially as you get deeper. Elsewhere in Anderson County, Coach Scott Cummings and his Oak Ridge Wildcats are headed to McMinn County to take on the 9-2 Cherokees. Oak Ridge has slowly gotten better and better and have looked more like what fans expected to see in the last 4 weeks. This has potential to be a very, very good game. What do you think?
You know, I said at the beginning of the year that this was the year of Oak Ridge, would make a deep run. So I still think the Wildcats are going to pull this out to keep their season alive. They've been slowly making some progress in a lot of their weaker areas all season long, and they're starting to play the best football that they've played all year.
You see the Unica stands over there. They've got signs hanging on the fence. Tell your girlfriends you'll be free next Friday night. I like that one. Your school, your field, our game, Creek Rising. I like the enthusiasm, but, tell your girlfriends you'll be – a lot of these football players also play basketball, so they likely won't be free next Friday night. But I get it. It's good creativity. So Unica seems ready to go. They've made a very long trip from Elizabethton to play in the second round of the playoffs for the first time in school history. So
yeah, huge win last week over Greenback, a traditional powerhouse. Down this year, but still Greenback, and they were able to get the big win over them last week for their first playoff win in school history, I believe it was.
Yeah, Unica's going to be fired up for this one.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure. So that's James Gibson. I'm Aaron Harvey. We've got a couple more playoff games to tell you about a little bit when we get back. And then, of course, we'll preview tonight's game as well on your OEB Law Game of the Week.
Football is back. And OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacle blocking you from scoring a full and fair settlement. Call OEB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your wreck into a check.
Pat Ryan here with Kathy Mae Martin. If you're thinking of buying or selling real estate, then make the right play call and contact Kathy Mae Martin for all your real estate needs. Kathy's 30-plus years of knowledge and experience gives her clients the competitive edge. Like me on game day. Kick is up and it's good. Kathy Mae Martin for all your real estate needs.
At Patriot Home Care, our personal approach to patients is what sets us apart.
I truly appreciate the kindness through the years.
Thank you so much for the care you provided for my husband. Your kindness and compassion will always be appreciated.
We can assist with all ages. Our dedicated staff has the experience to take care of your needs.
The entire home care team has been amazing, and I've definitely felt supported throughout.
Let our family take care of your family. From full-time to just a few hours. See how Patriot Home Care can help you.
(1952). That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Football is back, and OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense. Call OEB Law and turn your wreck into a check.
And welcome back to the OEB Law Game of the Week. I'm Aaron Harvey, joined by Coach James Hoot Gibson, and we see, why are you not happy? It's another Friday night of football. Are you cold? That was one of those I don't want to be on television kind of moments. Yeah. Oh, so we kept them waiting. So.
Yeah, in the rain.
Yeah. And just for that was all it was. It's not a big deal. As we welcome you back to our OEB Law Game of the Week. And you see OEB Law on the screen there, 865-546-1111. Go to reckontoacheck.com. OEB Law. I just want to say a big thank you to them. They've been with us all year, and they continue to be with us. And the thing is, when you do a playoff game, you got to give TSSAA a cut to get it on the air. And old Elrod, he didn't mind. He said, hey, what do you want to do? Let's do it. And he was right there ready for us to go on, and actually gave money again. Now, the $1,000 that he donates, he's giving to Coalfield, except $750 of it has to go to the TSSAA. So Coalfield's getting $250 courtesy of Tim Elrod of OEB Law, and you can't beat that guy.
No, you can't. I mean, just this year alone, we've covered Coalfield, 3 times? So that's close, $3,000 right there that Mr. Elrod has donated to Coalfield High School. So that's very significant.
Yeah, it is. It certainly is. And you remember for the Oakdale game, he also gave Oakdale $1,000.
Yeah.
So he gave $2,000 that night when we saw Oakdale on this field earlier. So you see
E2 Sports.
Yeah.
Mr. Lloyd there.
Adam Lloyd. His wife just went off the screens. Got to see her for a little bit. But, second round of the playoffs. Got to love it that we're here. The Bearden Bulldogs, pulled off an upset on the road at Dobyns-Bennett, 14-6. Round 2 is still a road game, but not near as far as the Maryville Rebels await. In years past, Maryville's been a team you wanted to play as late as you possibly could in the postseason to keep advancing because, it was inevitable you'd see them if you were going to advance. So this year, they may be vulnerable. Bearden's record is 7-4. Maryville's is 8-3. They're in the same region. Now, the teams played earlier in the season, and Maryville enjoyed a 28-7 victory, but they've had 2 losses since then. Weaknesses may have been exposed. The Bulldogs will hang their hat on defense, and if they can slow Maryville down, who's rallying without star running back and Virginia commitment Noah Vaughn, who's out for the season with an injury, this could get interesting.
Yeah, Bearden is one of the better defensive teams in all of the state of Tennessee, really, and look for a lower scoring ball game. 28 points for that Maryville program wasn't a lot of points. So this could be a huge upset tonight with Bearden coming out on top.
Yeah, and again, Bearden didn't have to score a lot to beat Dobyns-Bennett, but they held Dobyns-Bennett to 6 points on their home field and scored 14. If you can hold a team to 6 points, I don't care what team it is, you're going to have a really, really good chance of winning.
I think everybody everywhere is on the same agreement that it's, Maryville's on upset alert tonight.
Yeah, and if that happens, it could set up a rematch between Bearden and Farragut if Farragut wins, but they've got to go to Science Hill. The Admirals having a sensational year with losses coming only to Maryville and the team that beat Maryville, which of course was West. A win tonight would set up quarterfinals rematch featuring 2 Region 2 teams. Does it happen?
Yes. Look for Farragut to beat the old stomping grounds of Steve Spurrier, Science Hill. Farragut to advance.
All right, so you called that one. Some eyes in this area may be looking toward Chattanooga tonight as Gordonsville is taking on South Pittsburgh in a game that could decide who the top quarter of the bracket plays in the semifinals in Single A. Gordonsville, of course, very good. South Pitt is, of course, always very good. This is the 5th year in a row that this matchup has taken place in the playoffs, and the Pirates have won all of those previous 4. Does that streak stay alive?
South Pitt takes it.
So South Pitt, you say, will advance?
Will advance. And Gordonsville's really tough this year, but they're just not South Pittsburgh. They're built different, just like West is built different this year. South Pittsburgh is built different every year.
So you heard it from him. We've gone over some of the games we think that you'll have your eye on tonight. There's only one left that we really need to talk about, and that's the game that we have in front of us from Rochelle Field, and we will do that in just a moment. First, we will take a break. You are tuned in to the OEB Law Game of the Week.
Starting 11 for the Yellow Jackets. Football is back, and OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacles blocking you from scoring a full and fair settlement. Call OEB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your wreck into a check.
Pat Ryan here with Kathy Mae Martin. If you're thinking of buying or selling real estate, then make the right play call and contact Kathy Mae Martin for all your real estate needs. Kathy's 30-plus years of knowledge and experience gives her clients the competitive edge. You know, like me on game day. Kick is up and it's good. Kathy Mae Martin for all your real estate needs.
At Patriot Home Care, our personal approach to patients is what sets us apart.
I truly appreciate the kindness through the years.
Thank you so much for the care you provided for my husband. Your kindness and compassion will always be appreciated.
We can assist with all ages. Our dedicated staff has the experience to take care of your needs.
The entire home care team has been amazing, and I've definitely felt supported throughout.
Let our family take care of your family. From full-time to just a few hours. See how Patriot Home Care can help you.
"1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Football is back, and OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense. Call OEB Law and turn your wreck into a check.
And welcome back to the OEB Law Game of the Week. As I look at the clock, and there is just 10 minutes and 25 seconds on that clock before this game kicks off tonight. So we are at Rochelle Field in Coalfield. Unica's in town, and let's talk about it. When it comes to playing Region 1 teams in the playoffs, Coalfield's been quite good. In fact, aside from last season's loss at Cloudland, you'd have to go all the way back to 2008 to find a playoff loss, and that was against Grace Christian, who has since been moved to a private school only division. Whether it's Hancock County, Jellicoe, or Cloudland, the Yellow Jackets have not been deterred. Unica, they've not been in a position to take on Coalfield in the playoffs since 2005, though. And since then, the Rangers hadn't won more than 6 games in a season until last season. O'Brien Bennett has a team that loves offense. As you see the screen there, the rain is falling, the flag is waving, and we will go to our national anthem.
Oh, say can you be like what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there.
our national anthem tonight, and I want to take a moment as well to say that it is Veterans Day. So any veteran that is out there watching our game tonight, I just want to say thank you for your service, and I hope that you enjoyed tonight's broadcast, and it caps off your Veterans Day.
Absolutely, and if there's any veterans out there listening, hey, stop by Crooked Fork Farms at 198 Liberty Road, Wartburg, Tennessee. Get your 10% off your total purchase price. 10% off. That is for veterans, that is for emergency service medical, and that is also for individuals that serve in criminal justice. 10% off at Crooked Fork Farms.
That's not the only place veterans can get a 10% discount. They can also get it from Jones & Sons Construction and Remodeling, owned by Doug Jones. It's been family owned and operated since 2001. 5-star rating, a Christian-led organization. You know, you can't get any more Christian than a pastor at Victory Baptist Church in the Stevens community. So you can give them a call, someone that you know quite well.
Yeah, guys, if you need some help out there on any type of construction or remodeling, you need to give Jones & Son a phone call at 865-224-9231.
And also want to say a big thank you to Sabre Beauchamp. She is Anderson County Commissioner and an alumna from Coalfield High School from the class of 1998.
That's a good year.
It's a good year. So, yeah, she'll be rooting for Coalfield tonight. Also, a big special thank you to Jim Rivers, David Rivers, Judy and Charlie Slack, Sabre Beauchamp, of course, and Dawn and Paula Goins for helping us to get this broadcast on tonight. So, I was talking about Unica before. O'Brien Bennett, he's the coach here, and he's got a team that loves offense. You know, it scored 64 points against Cosby, 46 against Jellicoe, 44 against Greenback, 38 against North Green, and 32 in a loss against Twin Springs, Virginia. Coalfield, though, also likes offense, scoring 55 against Scott High and Harriman, 68 against Oakdale, 50 against Oliver Springs, and 56 last week against North Green. I hear the defense wins championships, and on that front, Coalfield's certainly been better. The Yellow Jackets gave up 42 in a loss at Gordonsville, but have all but 2 other opponents held to below 8. Unica's led by Landon Ramsey, who leads the team in rushing and passing, kind of like former Coalfield quarterback Park McKinney, and how he's doing at Eastern Kentucky University this year. Stop him and you stop Unica. Sounds easy, but the only quarterback like this Coalfield has seen this season is Matthew Albritton from Gordonsville, and they lost that game handily. Now, Gordonsville probably got some better pieces around Albritton, but Unica, well, it's a Ramsey is a quarterback capable of running, and he's dangerous because he can throw
really
too.
Is. I mean, you're talking about a guy that's closing on 3,000 total yards for this Unica squad, and that is impressive, guys. Stop him, like Aaron said, and you beat Unica. And Coalfield must get pressure on him while also containing him to the pocket. So Coalfield will need to probably sacrifice a linebacker or maybe even a safety to play spy to keep him from running that football, as this guy is a difference maker.
He's a great player, 4-year starter here for this Unaka Rangers team. But you know what? Cole Hines for Coalfield will also be extremely capable of running and passing tonight when he lines up in the backfield for the Yellow Jackets. Coalfield's so dynamic on offense and can hit you with several different styles and formations. We've not seen anyone be able to slow it down, even though, of course, Gordonsville did. We didn't see that game. How do you do it?
You know, I think Unica's defensive coordinator is going to be saying that too, because I expect Coalfield's offense to really have its way with this Unica defense.
It's a wet grass field, okay? And we see there's still mist in the air. It's blowing across the lights. How could that play into the game tonight?
It could play a major factor. You know, it's sort of windy, not too bad, but it is a very misty, cold night, and that does make leather slick. So that football could become, you know, popping loose here and there, and it could provide Unica a couple vital turnovers.
Now, you'll probably mention it in your keys to the game, but you think turnovers, if you're a team like Unica, Coalfield is probably, everybody thinks Coalfield's going to win this game. Nobody thinks Unica's going to come here to Coalfield's house and win. If you get that ball to bounce a little bit funny, it goes in your way. If Coalfield puts the ball on the ground, then you might be in trouble.
You know, you're in a competition there. And with Unica, if Unica, I feel like if Unica turns the ball over once, they lose this ball game. They're going to have Coalfield 3-0 on the turnover board to keep this game sort of close. So if Unica doesn't force several turnovers, it could kind of get out of hand.
The official is explaining the coin, and we will get ready for the coin toss. What are the keys for both of these teams tonight?
For Unica, they have got to have several turnovers with limited turnovers and hardly any penalties. Basically playing mistake-free football to beat this Coalfield football team. For Coalfield, they've got to win in the trenches, play smart football, limited penalties, and really stretch the field vertically.
So Coalfield has won the toss. They've decided they want to receive, so they want to get this game started off and try to play field position or put some points on the board in their very first possession. And we've seen Coalfield in the couple games we've seen them, they like to score in the first minute and a half of football games.
Yeah, they take the momentum right out of the stadium on their opponents by scoring so fast and frequent. Next thing you know, you're down 21. And then, all momentum's gone, and you're just playing to keep it safe at that point.
Yeah, we thought that Oakdale would be able to give Coalfield a good run. Like, we thought that Coalfield probably win that football game, but I thought that it would stay a little bit closer than it did. Coalfield comes out, they get the ball, they score, kick an onside kick, just get it back and score domination again. Yeah.
And, that was a decent Oakdale team, beat up really badly due to injuries, but still, I was expecting to see, somewhat of a competitive ball game. And we was expecting a competitive ball game with the likes of Auburn Springs. And we've seen Coalfield just absolutely dominate both of those clubs. So let's see how Unica can possibly challenge Coalfield tonight.
Yeah, and it was the same kind of situation when they played against Auburn Springs. They came out, they got the ball, they scored, they got the ball back, they scored, and then at that point, if you're Auburn Springs, your game plan has to change a little bit because you're playing from behind. So
Unica has several, really talented guys. They got a really talented running back, very talented wide receiver. They got about 3 guys that could, score at any given moment.
Kickoff for the Rangers, deep for the Yellow Jackets, number 33.
And like you would expect in single A football, their quarterback, Landon Ramsey, is also their leading tackler on defense, and he's their punter.
Now, something to keep in mind here is Unica hasn't played in the playoffs in a very long time. So they're going on, 12 games now?
Mm-hmm.
So a team that has very limited roster, and the first time they've played 2 extra ball games, these kids have never played this many ball games.
Mm-hmm.
It can play a factor in the injury game. So let's see how they look tonight.
And there is Mr. Ramsey, number 13. He's also the place kicker. And this one is a knuckleball going deep, and it is kind of bobbled for a little bit, but picked up and
good
running back the other direction. We've got a flag that comes out. We'll have to see what that one is, but on the return for Coalfield, it's Eli Roberts.
Number 15, Micah Gray.
That ball had a funny bounce to it as it went over Roberts' head.
Got a penalty on the play.
It's a personal foul, face mask on Unica. So Unica put Coalfield in kind of a tough spot, but that face mask is going to get rid of that.
You just can't have that if you are Unica. You need every break to possibly go your way, so you got to have a clean ball game. You just can't give Coalfield free yardage.
So instead of starting around the 14-yard line,
Unica penalized 15 yards, personal foul, face mask.
They will start at the 30.
Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, you can't give Coalfield free yards. That's exactly right. So Coalfield comes out. They're going to send 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left, 1 man in the backfield, and that is one Big Daddy Henry.
Crowded field to the bottom of your screen, 3 wide receivers.
On this Hammers first down, Hines on a quarterback draw, and he's got a lot of running room. Gets up to about the 43-yard line. That's where he will be stopped. That's a quick Hammers first down, and that's what we told you. Hines can run as well.
Tackle made by number 5, Ryan Peters, the senior linebacker for Unaka Rangers. See here, great blocking by the Coalfield Yellow Jacket offensive line. opened up a big hole for Cole Hines to take advantage of.
Yeah, you see that on the Chuck Fleischman replay. This one goes to Big Daddy. Crosses midfield and down to the 46-yard line. That's going to be really close to another Coalfield first down.
Colton Henry, the ball carrier, tackled by number 3, Brennan Repass.
Brennan Repass on the tackle for the Unaka Rangers. Again, good blocking by the Coalfield Yellow Jackets. A really good run by Big Daddy there.
And this is what Coalfield does. They are capable of running the football and look for Hines to throw it for the end zone here on this play or the next one. Fakes it in around. Hines will keep it instead and gets up to about the 42-yard line. So now you start looking at that and you're like, okay, they've committed to stopping the run now. So then Coalfield can beat you through the air.
Yeah, just sneak in a little play action right there and you'll catch probably your number 2 wide receiver wide open in the middle of the field. Let's see what they do. What we got? Second
and 6, Yellow Jackets.
6. Second and 6.
Wide open playbook.
Hines sends a man in motion, and with the jet sweep this time, it is Brock Jones.
It's hard to tackle.
And Jones is brought down around the line to gain. Did fumble the football, but they're going to say he was down first. And that should be enough for another Hammers first down, as you will see the Chuck Fleischman replay.
Really patient running there, good footwork.
Number 11, Aiden Greenless.
Picking up what he can. Holding that football high and tight. Yeah, clearly the ground calls the fumble.
And that is enough for a Hammers first down. So here's Hines.
Wide splits at the bottom of your screen. Wide receiver is on the numbers.
Henry in the backfield with him. Man in motion.
Here it is.
And then here's Henry. Looking downfield, he's got a man, but he's under pressure. Will have to step up in the pocket instead. Hines picks up about 7 more.
Cole Hines keeps.
Now that's the danger of Cole Hines. He brings a whole new element to the game with his feet. He sees that there's pretty tight coverage. He had a guy, but by the time he's seen him, pressure was on. He picks up a really good gain on first down there to make it second competitive.
And that's what we told you Hines could do. Sends a man in motion. This time, it is the jet sweep. It goes to Roberts. Eli Roberts across the 20 to the 15 to the 10. Still on his feet, down to about the 4-yard line. It's going to be a Hammers first and goal for this Coalfield Yellow Jacket team.
With as many jet sweep type plays off tackle that they've run here, they've really made those bigger defensive linemen for Unaka run sideline to sideline. So it should open up something in the middle here on this drive.
First and goal, Yellow Jackets ball on the 4.
Loaded backfield for Coalfield. Double tight end.
That's Brock Jones and Big Daddy Henry. And it is Colton Henry into the end zone for a touchdown. Coalfield with 9:05 left to go in the first quarter. The Yellow Jackets strike first.
Number 27, Colton Henry carries for the Coalfield touchdown, play covering 4 yards.
Colton Henry just walks in. Offensive lineman did all the work. Great pull. You could literally drive a train through that hole.
Oh, is that why we heard that? That must be why we heard the whistle there.
Luke Treese to attempt.
So here is Luke Treese on to attempt the extra point. Snap, set, kick is up.
Ooh.
Looked like it went kind of left there, but it stayed in. So Coalfield leads it with 9:05 left to go in the first quarter, 7-0 in the second round of the playoffs on your OEB Law Game of the Week.
Football is back. And OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacles blocking you from scoring a full and fair settlement. Call OEB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your red into a check.
Pat Ryan here with Kathy May Martin. If you're thinking of buying or selling real estate, then make the right play call and contact Kathy May Martin for all your real estate needs. Kathy's 30-plus years of knowledge and experience gives her clients the competitive edge. You know, like me on game day. Kick is up and it's good. Kathy May Martin for all your real estate needs.
And here is the kickoff as we welcome you back to the OEB Law Game of the Week. It is short, and it is taken for Unica across the 36-yard line.
Was that A.J. Henry coming in there with a power drive?
May have been.
What a tackle by Mr. Henry right there. You see her on the Chuck Fleischman replay. He maintains lane responsibility and immediately, boom, makes a really secure tackle. And that is what you want to see out of a senior linebacker.
So here is our first look at the offense from Unica. Ramsey takes the snap, sets up the screen. It's there, and big yardage on the play for the Rangers.
He's
upfield. There is a foot race now, and it will be won by Coalfield.
Oh, no,
he made it in.
42 just couldn't quite catch 42. Is that number 42?
That's number 42.
Wow. That kid's got some speed.
Unica comes out. That's from the 36-yard line.
A middle screen.
That's TJ Thomas.
Which was read pretty good by Coalfield, son. He just lit it on fire with them feet.
He's a big guy, too. So to have that kind of speed for a big guy, that is a 64-yard carry.
I think that is like 600 and something yards for him rushing.
And Unica's going for two. Ramsey gets it. He throws it out, and that pass is through the hands of his intended target, so it falls incomplete. Trying to hit Dakota Freeman there, but it goes incomplete. So how about this? Unica's on the board. They've cut it to 1 with 8:45 left to go. Just 20 seconds later on your OEB Law Game of the Week. Back at your OEB Law Game of the Week, getting set for another kickoff.
TJ Thomas with his touchdown. That's about 300 receiving yards for him. His long before that was 51.
So there you go. A very capable receiver there for Landon Ramsey.
Can't imagine they're going to have anybody faster than that on that team. Never know.
Here is Ramsey to kick off from the 40. This kick is up in the air. It's a high spinner, and it will be able to go through the back of the end zone for a touchback. So the first kick was short and kind of ugly. It hit the ground and bounced over Robert's head. This one, as the Coalfield receivers came up to receive a short kick again, this one went over their head.
Well, the wind was on the kicker's side there. It was blowing the ball towards Coalfield, so it got a little bit of air underneath it and really carried on him. So Coalfield had to back up on that, and that's really what you don't want to see much.
Here's Coalfield's quarterback, Cole Hines, receives the play from the sidelines and goes and gives it to his team. Coalfield with a very methodical drive to start this game will send two wideouts to either side. Henry in the backfield. Hines takes a snap, looks. Quickly, a quick slant goes to West, and that is Tucker West's first catch of the game. He'll have about 8 yards, and that'll bring up second down.
Good eyes by the quarterback. Look in the middle of the field, throw you slant. Good catch with your hands, hard to tackle.
And his forward progress actually carries him to the 30, so that's a first down for Coalfield. Hines quickly back up, quarterback draw again. Here is Hines, crosses the 30, gets close to the 40. Now he's finally down at the 40. That should be enough for another Hammers first down.
You know, Cole Hines has played a lot of football down here at Coalfield, as you can tell. Throw a little pump fake, run that quarterback draw. They've had a lot of success with it so far in their first drive. Coming back with it.
So here is Hines again quickly. Fakes again. Now looks to his left. Throws a go down the field to Tucker West, who bobbles it and drops it. What? That would have been a sensational catch by Tucker West.
Pass intended for Tucker West.
Just couldn't quite come down with it. Would have been an acrobatic play if he did. Good play call here through the pump fake. Think they're going to run the football and throw it deep. Had him beat, too.
Yeah, that right there was a great throw by Hines. And West got his hands on it several different times. So 2nd and 10. Here's Hines. Handoff goes to Henry. Henry up the middle, crosses the 45, cross midfield, and back to about the 44-yard line of the Unaka Rangers for another Hammers first down.
Colton Henry has such really good field vision, as you see here on your screen. He's able to really read blocks well. He's not going to outrun a lot of guys, but he will out-see a lot of guys. He's got great field vision for a running back.
Hines back up to the line. Handoff goes to Henry again. Henry looking for running room up the middle. Picks up about another 10 yards, and that will move the sticks again.
They ain't stopped it yet. I just keep running.
Why not? So Hammers first down again. Hines gets the call from the sideline. Now in the backfield is Jaden Bunch,
the game.
a freshman.
Eye on him.
Hines takes the snap, hands off to Bunch. Bunch makes his way across the right, and ooh!
Held on to that football, though, didn't he?
He certainly did.
Huge hit by number 13, Landon Ramsey, the quarterback for Unica.
Well, I told you, he also leads this team in tackles. Ooh, that's a big hit.
It was.
Picks up 9, brings up a 2nd and 1. Hines. This time will throw it out, and this goes to Roberts. Roberts getting up the sideline, runs
Get off me.
over. He said, Josie Blammo, Blammo.
Forced out by Freeman.
What a catch right here on full sprint. That's almost impossible to guard for Unica. Cornerback comes up, lays a hit. Roberts says hello.
So Coalfield has a Hammers first and goal. Ball spotted right at about the 4-yard line. As Hines will have split backs in the backfield now. It's going to be Jones and Henry.
They haven't stopped Henry all night. Hand that football off.
And that is what happens. Henry puts his head down and fights for the end zone. They give it to him. Touchdown, Coalfield. With 6:29 left to go in this first quarter, Coalfield's on the board again, and it is Colton Henry again.
Colton Henry scores.
Had the play in the backfield, unable to make the tackle. Colton Henry, the second effort, touchdown, Coalfield.
Put his head down, made sure that he got 6 points on that one. So now, Luke Treese in to attempt the extra point. Hines will hold.
Treese to attempt.
Snap, set, kick. And that is high and going towards the parking lot.
Kick is up and good.
And it's good. Coalfield now up by 8 with another methodical drive. Their offense has been unstoppable so far tonight in your OEB Law Game of the Week.
At Patriot Home Care, our personal approach to patients is what sets us apart.
I truly appreciate the kindness through the years.
Thank you so much for the care you provided for my husband. Your kindness and compassion will always be appreciated.
We can assist with all ages. Our dedicated staff has the experience to take care of your needs.
The entire home care team has been amazing, and I've definitely felt supported throughout.
Let our family take care of your family. From full-time to just a few hours. See how Patriot Home Care can help you.
Back to your OEB Law Game of the Week as we get set to see our 4th kickoff of this game. It is Luke Treese. And Treese will kick it deep to Mr. TJ Thomas.
For the Yellow Jackets, deep for the Rangers, TJ Thomas.
And this is a high spinner that is short. Allowed to bounce, picked up by Thomas at about the 17. Thomas tries to get outside, cannot, brought down at about the 24-yard line. And that's where the Unaka Rangers will have another Hammers first and 10.
Yeah, that's just not what you want on a kickoff. You don't want the ball hitting in front of you. It slows everything down. You want your kick returner to catch the ball in the air on a full sprint. You do that, and you'll have a lot of success in kickoff return. And I believe number 42, the speedster for Unica, is a little bit slow to get up. So let's see how that impacts the ball game moving forward.
Yeah, Thomas scored that touchdown in one play. We've only seen one play from this Unaka offense, and it was a touchdown to Thomas. So now Ramsey back out there. 3 wide receivers to his right. Ramsey will keep it, and Ramsey gets up ahead to about the 27-yard line. A pickup of about 4.
Ramsey keeps.
Ramsey just did that all by himself. Just not a lot of blocking on the play. Picked up a lot of tough yardage there on his own.
Net first by number 4, Connor Conlon.
Ramsey, as we mentioned earlier, his brother was the previous starting quarterback here. His brother was the all-time passing leader in Unaca's history, but that has since been taken over by Mr. Ramsey himself. And on
what a stiff arm.
What a run here for Unica. Gets up to midfield, and that is Jamal Blamo.
Blamo is a difference maker. Watch a stiff arm on Hugo Hines. Shift the ball, stiff arm, pick up a lot of tough yardage for the Unaka Rangers. Very talented running back.
So Unaka move the sticks.
First and 10 Rangers ball up midfield. A score of interest. First quarter, Oliver Springs 7, Cloudland nothing.
I don't know if you just heard Greg Addington, but Oliver Springs leads on Cloudland 7-0 in the first quarter.
And this Coalfield.
As here is Ramsey. Ramsey's going to be gobbled up.
When they announced that score, the Coalfield bleachers started cheering. So it's a big rivalry game between Coalfield and Oliver Springs, but these Coalfield fans still want to see Oliver Springs do well in the playoffs.
I tell you what, I'm surprised these Coalfield fans don't want to see Cloudland and give them the rematch from last year. But you know what? Either one of them, I think Coalfield will welcome.
Oh, yeah. This is a hungry bunch, and it's going to be a hard-fought game to be able to beat this Coalfield Yellow Jackets. I don't care who you are.
Wind's blowing. Here's Ramsey. Drops back to pass. Looks to his right. Slings it over the middle. That pass is complete to Josie Blamo.
Really strong arm quarterback. You know, as we alluded to earlier, he has almost 3,000 total yards for the Unaka Rangers. And I don't care who you are. If you're closing in on 3,000 total yards, you are a very talented athlete.
Yeah.
And 2 for the Rangers.
Captured the all-time passing record for Unaka last week and the very first playoff win in school history.
How much you want to bet he texted his brother immediately, said, I beat your record.
Here's Ramsey, quarterback keeper. He's going to be stopped short. Maybe picked up a yard, but that's going to bring up 4th down.
That Coalfield defensive line pushed the Unaka offensive line backwards. Hit the quarterback in the backfield. Great job of that Coalfield defensive front.
Hey, you see on the Chuck Flashman replay, Ramsey didn't pick up anything. It's 4th and 2, and the way Coalfield's been moving the football, you kind of can't afford to punt it back to them.
Watch the ball here, see if they try to get a hard count.
Here's Ramsey. They're going to put 2 blockers on the left. There's the hard count. Coalfield doesn't fall for it. So now Ramsey looks to the sideline to get the play.
One-on-one coverage at the top and bottom of your screens.
Oh, and Unaka jumps. Oh, man, that young man is kicking himself. He can't believe it. Hold on, let's see.
Did they get timeout before? Yep.
Wow. Unaka gets the timeout, so they will not be penalized. That is a big deal. And we'll see what they draw up for 4th down on your OEB Law Game of the Week. And back to your OEB Law Game of the Week. Just listening to Mr. Greg Addington give you some scores of interest. Oliver Springs now up on Cloudland at Cloudland by a score of 14-0.
Wow.
And here's that last play. We're going to see if they get the timeout.
Where was the timeout?
Coach. But now, going for this 4th down play.
Huge first down for the Unaka Rangers.
Unaka's got it.
Looked like they went quick count, kind of caught Coalfield off guard a little bit. Huge first down.
So Unaka keeps the chains moving. You see on this Chuck Fleischman replay, it was not Ramsey. In fact, it was Blamo.
Tackle by number 51, Riley Brown.
Coalfield swiping at that football.
Yeah, here's Ramsey, drops back to pass under a lot of pressure. Fires it over the middle. That pass is complete. Gets it to Josie Blamo. Blamo finally brought down as he crosses the Coalfield 30. A good pickup of 8 there for Unaka.
Pass complete to Josie Blamo.
tackle May, but number 3, Cole Hines.
Cole Hines and
Talented senior player for Coalfield. Played a lot of football down here over his career.
2nd and 3 Rangers.
So they place it at the 30, so 7 yards picked up on that play. Makes it a 2nd and 3. Man, Ramsey's release is all in his arm.
Yeah, he is very strong-armed.
So here is Ramsey, rolls to his right, looking upfield.
Got a man.
Yeah, and he's going to throw it there. And that pass is
one-handed catch. Touchdown.
Touchdown, Unica. Josie Blamo, one-handed grab.
Oh, my
And he's
gosh.
limping coming up. You don't want to see that if you are Unica.
What a catch. Da-na-na. Da-na-na.
You ain't kidding. We'll see on this Chuck Fleischman replay. Ramsey, and put the ball right where it needed to be.
Look at this.
Oh, that's special.
With double coverage, guys. That is impressive. I don't care if you're a Coalfield fan or not. When you see a play like that, you got to salute it.
So here is a 2-point conversion try. It is Ramsey himself. Dove for the end zone, did not get in, however. So now Coalfield has a lead courtesy of 2 extra points by Luke Treese, as we have under 2 minutes, 1:57 left to go in this first quarter, and Unica has shown up to Coalfield to play this one. It's Coalfield 14, the Rangers 12 on your OEB Law Game of the Week.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
And back to your OEB Law Game of the Week. Another score of interest, because, of course, we are interested in it. The other team from Elizabethton trails Anderson County in the first quarter by a score of 7-0. That's with 5:28 left to go in that first quarter. So, well, of course, we'll keep an eye on that one and see how Mr. Elrod's team is doing.
Elizabethton is a very old school place. They have, I think it's Lockheed Martin up there. A lot of employees, a lot of their personnel that live in that area. And it's very rich in tradition. Elizabethton, Coach Gibson, my grandfather was a coach up there, won a lot of ball games. It's very rich tradition football up in Elizabethton, Tennessee.
So here's the kickoff from Ramsey. And it's bobbled again a little bit by Roberts, and Roberts looks for running room upfield, and he's got
ball's on the ground.
There was a fumble.
He fell on it.
And Roberts able to fall back on it. That would have been huge. We'll see this on the Chuck Fleischman replay. That's an unpredictable kickoff.
Yeah, especially with the wind helping it. Number 42 turns the speed on. Number 3 grabs that football and pulls it right out.
Oh, Roberts was lucky that time. That was Brian Repass that was able to kind of steal that one, but couldn't hold on to it on his way down. So now Coalfield will have a Hammers first down. Unica's not stopped Coalfield yet. Man in motion, that's Brock Jones. Hines takes a snap. Hands it off to Bunch. Jaden Bunch gets up. There's a flag that comes down, and Bunch picks up about 1.5 yards. We'll have to see what the flag is for. That's about in the area of holding.
Penalty marker on the play.
Jaden Bunch, if I'm not mistaken, is Derek Bunch's son.
Yep.
Actually my neighbor, former neighbor, a really good guy, talented individual. His mom's Betty, and they're really good people over there.
You have had a list of like really good neighbors.
Yeah, we better have really good neighbors.
This one is going against Unica.
So far, more penalties on the Rangers tonight. Coalfield playing really disciplined football so far. Totally winning in the trenches on both sides of the ball, even though Coalfield only winning by 2.
Unica penalized 15 yards, personal foul.
So a personal foul on Unica.
Yellow Jackets, ball to 46.
Cover 3 for Unica.
Hines takes the snap, hands off to Bunch again. Bunch looking to the left. He's under a lot of duress and brought down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 1 on the play.
Defensive end for Unica was able to seal that edge, come up, prevent him from getting too far outside.
Also in on the tackle, number 70, Marcus Showmaker.
I said a loss of 1, but where they place the ball, it is no gain. So Bunch able to get back up to the line of scrimmage. Makes it 2nd and 10. Hines with 2 wideouts either side.
Got
Bunch
some
to his right.
confusion for Unica.
Man in motion, that is Roberts, and a quick out is to Rommel Conlon, and Conlon is tripped up and dropped for no gain.
Ryan Peters in on the tackle for Unica.
I tell you what, he came over from that linebacker spot. If you can get Conlon matched up with linebacker, he's going to win that a lot. But this
is a little bit of a slip, mainly right there, just a little bit. It's this wet field, man. It plays a part in this game.
So approaching 30 seconds left to go in this first quarter. Hines facing a 3rd and 10. Gets it, throws it out quickly to Roberts. Roberts looking for the sideline, pushed out of bounds at the 49-yard line. And it will be 4th down Coalfield. Clock stops with 22.6 ticks.
You know, in this situation, you might just go ahead and you've had a lot of success running the football. You might debate on going for it here. But boy, it sure is tempting to punt that ball close inside that 10-yard line here.
Well, Unica's only run, what, 4 or 5 plays? And they've got 12 points, so... And they've not shown that they can have a sustained drive.
No.
So I think punting the football here is the right thing to do, but watch for a fake, because Coalfield is gutsy.
Yeah, and Unica's inexperienced.
Tucker West into punt for Coalfield. And West will punt this one away.
It's going to be a roller.
It's a wobbly punt. No.
Wrong way.
It takes a Unica bounce, and it is down at the 30-yard line, where it will be a Hammers 1st and 10 for Ramsey and the Rangers.
Now, this defensive line of Coalfield is going to have to get really active up front. Do not really engage with that offensive line. Use your arms to get off the field or off the block and get some pressure. Jones & Sons Construction and Remodeling, a Christian-led organization. Guys, if you're out there and you need a porch built, you need any type of remodeling done, you need a bathroom put in, you need a roof on, you need to give these guys a phone call because they honored their word. 865-224-9231.
Hammers 1st down for Ramsey. 2 wideouts to his right, 1 to his left. This time it's just going to be handoff. The ball's fumbled.
Looks like Coalfield football.
No.
Another lucky bounce for the Unaka Rangers.
Yeah, that's Jamal Blamo fumbled that football, and I think it just bounced back up in his hands. We'll see this Chuck Fleischman replay. Ball's on the ground. No, he was able to fall on it, but that is a lucky bounce if you are Unaka. But that is how the first quarter will come to a close. We got a pretty good one here at Rochelle Field. It's Coalfield 14, Unaka 12.
Football is back. And OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacles blocking you from scoring a full and fair settlement. Call OEB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your wreck into a check.
Pat Ryan here with Kathy Mae Martin. If you're thinking of buying or selling real estate, then make the right play call and contact Kathy Mae Martin for all your real estate needs. Kathy's 30-plus years of knowledge and experience gives her clients the competitive edge. You know, like me on game day. Kick is up and it's good. Kathy Mae Martin for all your real estate needs.
At Patriot Home Care, our personal approach to patients is...
Begin the second quarter, Unaka will have it 2nd and 10 after a fumble and a recovery. We can tell you that Cloudland has scored on Oliver Springs. That score now 14-6. We can also tell you that Oak Ridge has made it into the second quarter, trailing McMinn County 6-0.
Now let's see how it impacts the Unaka's quarterback throwing into the wind.
Ramsey scrambles to his left, looks upfield, and that pass is complete. He hits it to Aiden Greenless.
Man, I tell you, he's got such a strong arm. Off-footed, he wasn't even running right. Didn't even square his shoulders up and was able to complete that ball.
It's a very quick release, and so far he's been very accurate tonight. You'll see on the Chuck Fleischman replay.
Watch his feet here. Don't even really square his shoulders up and still throws a laser.
Yeah.
3rd and 2 Rangers.
It's like he's out there playing backyard football a little bit.
Yeah, it sure is. Trips to the top of your screen. Coalfield looks like they're coming out in cover 2.
And a middle linebacker blitz, and Unica runs right by it with Blamo. He gets down to the 45-yard line, and that is enough to pick up a Hammers first down.
Blamo is a very talented player for them. See here, he's got good field vision, lean, falls forward when he carries the ball.
Coalfield brought pressure up the middle, but Unica just ran right by that pressure.
Ball on the Unica 45.
And I don't know if you can hear the wind in our headsets, but it is pretty windy out here.
And that changes the play calls. I mean, you just don't have a lot of confidence in throwing the ball deep. So look, Unica comes out in a loaded formation.
Tight formation to the right. Handoff goes to Blamo. Blamo this time stopped in the backfield and dropped.
Rejected.
3 Coalfield Yellow Jackets there to get him down. He will lose 1 with his forward progress, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Connor Conlon busting through the middle there. Stopping the Unica running back for a loss.
How many times do you think somebody has said Conlon busting through there, talking about a football play here in Coalfield?
He's a very strong athlete for this Coalfield Yellow Jackets football team. A defensive star, very talented player. Definitely could play at the next level.
Tight formation again, bunch pattern to the right. Here is Ramsey. 3-step drop, looks, throws it. That pass is
right
off
in the hands.
Freeman's hands.
He had just beat Eli Justice.
And that is another very accurate pass.
Telling you, this guy's good. Hit him right in the hands.
Yeah. So now 3rd and long, 3rd and 11. So we'll see if Coalfield can force Unica to punt for the first time.
3rd down and pretty long. I would imagine they're going to do some kind of rollout, get the quarterback with his legs outside. But remember, they run a middle screen the first play of the game. So keep your eye on some type of screen play.
Ball on their own 44.
Coalfield with only 4, bringing 5.
Yeah, and it looked like they were trying to set up the screen again. It will not happen.
Daddy Henry.
Ramsey is sacked in the backfield.
Sacked.
Would not be denied. Run through there untouched. You ain't going to juke out Big Daddy there.
Man, he came up there with his arms flailing.
Yeah, starting that lawnmower too. He's ready. All right, now on this punt, this is very significant. The wind is blowing towards the punter, so it's going to be a shorter kick. Eli Roberts has got to catch this ball on a run. Have a really good return here.
So here is Ramsey, the punter as well. Kicks this one, it spins and takes a great Unica bounce, and it will be downed inside the 30 at the 26-yard line. That's where Coalfield will take over with a Hammers first down.
Guys, if you're out there and you're in need of any type of fresh farm beef or pork or soaps or sauces, among other things, you need to visit Crooked Fork Farms' new store at 198 Liberty Road. They are open tomorrow from 9 o'clock until 2 o'clock. 9 a.m. until 2 o'clock. Crooked Fork Farms offering elite meats, all USDA certified 21-day dry-aged beef and pork. 198 Liberty Road, Wartburg, Tennessee, 865-206-7560.
So on the Hammers 1st and 10, Hines sends a man in motion. Fakes the handoff. This time, a crossbuck kind of play. Goes to Henry. Henry gets up for about 5 yards to bring up 2nd and 5.
I'd like to see Coalfield really run the football hard here. Eat some time off that clock.
And I apologized. That wasn't Henry. That was Brock Jones.
Good to see Brock Jones in there running that football.
Ball on their own 33.
Another talented senior.
Hines going to do the quarterback keeper this time. Goes up the middle, crosses the 35. Nothing more than that, however. Picks up 3. That should bring up 3rd and about 2.
Number 8, Johnny Douglas.
See on this Chuck Fleischman replay.
3rd and 1 for the Yellow Jackets.
42.
36.
Look like Rommel running into each other there on a little acrobatic play.
3rd and 1. Hines drops back to pass, sets up the screen, and this one is blown dead.
Pre-snap penalty. Somebody move early?
I didn't see anybody move early. False start on Coalfield. That'll cost him 5.
I missed that one.
Yeah, you know, it was actually the referee there who threw that penalty. When normally I think that probably comes from the line judge.
So it must have been in the backfield.
Ball on the Coalfield 31.
See if we can see it. I don't know.
I couldn't quite tell from that view.
I don't know what he saw. By any accounts, that brings up 3rd and 7.
Cover 3 for Unica.
Hines drops back to pass. Throws it over the middle. That pass is incomplete. Tries to hit Roberts. Throws it over his head. And you're talking about the wind. Now the wind is at Hines' back. And that one kind of carried a little bit.
It did.
So you wonder.
It definitely plays a part right here. Because he's very accurate with the football. Got a little height on it, and it just carried that ball. When you have about 20-mile-an-hour winds behind your back, it definitely make a football sell.
I bet Tucker West likes it, though, as he lines up to punt.
Tucker West, deep, greenless.
Aiden Greenless, the punt returner for Unica. Let's see if he catches the ball in the air and picks up what he can, or does he allow the ball to hit the turf and bounce for a huge Coalfield roll?
So here is West. Kind of mishandled the snap a little bit, and this one is kicked to the stands.
Real short kick here.
That's a souvenir for some young guy.
Coming forward. This might be a 0-yard punt.
Wow.
No, that's about disastrous there.
Well, if you look, he bobbled the snap a little bit, and it comes off of his foot wrong.
Oh, yep.
And that's what happened.
He's lucky to get it off. It would have been blocked.
Yeah.
Pretty heads-up play by the punter just to get rid of it. Could have been a huge loss for the Coalfield Yellow Jackets there in that instance if that ball was blocked.
Yeah.
But any way you go, huge opportunity for the Unaka Rangers here.
So here is Unica with a Hammers first down. Ramsey in the backfield, fakes the handoff, drops back, rolls to his left now, looks upfield, nobody there, keeps it himself.
That football holding it out there like that.
Picks up about a yard.
Ramsey keeps.
And yeah, he was being a little, careless.
You don't want to run like that against this Coalfield bunch because they will strip that football. Heads up play to roll outside, feels the pressure, tries to get out of side the pocket.
9 Rangers, ball on the 30.
Very dangerous play that time by the quarterback of Unica.
So Unica in excellent field position, facing a 2nd and 9. Here's Ramsey. Quick pitch out goes to Blamo, and Jamal Blamo gets across the 20, run out of bounds. They're going to give him the 16-yard line, and that's enough to move the chains. Hammers first down, Rangers.
Roberts.
So you see Odell, or Unica rather, they've got some pieces.
Levi Heidel on the tackle for the Coalfield Yellow Jackets. That cornerback position saved a touchdown there.
Ramsey goes to his left. He's looking, he's got somebody. That pass is.
Did he drop it? Caught.
Wow. I was waiting for that signal there. We'll see this Chuck Fleischman replay.
Watch him release this football.
Just nothing. An ugly pass, really, honestly.
Very, and boy, that's a close. He might have dropped that there. Everybody glad they don't have replay here.
Sets up 1st and goal. Hammers 1st and goal from the 6-yard line. Here is Ramsey. Fakes the pitch, and now Ramsey under a lot of pressure, and he goes down in the backfield.
Yeah, and it's a good thing he did because Chase Lettner was bowing down in a hungry way.
58, Chase Lettner.
Lettner did what the wise move was and fall down.
That is a loss of 2. Makes it 2nd and goal.
Enough to cause a conversation with the white hat here.
Maybe there is a flag. I did not see it. Personal foul. Face mask on Coalfield.
Huge break for Unica there. Is that an automatic first down?
Well,
should be.
Well, yeah, because it would be first down anyway because you replay the down.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So that moves the ball up across the 5 to the 4-yard line, and that's where the Rangers will have a first down.
I'd say Blammo.
Ramsey. Nope, Ramsey with a carry.
Great
Dodged
stop.
the end zone. He might have lost the football there.
Coalfield met him in the hole, drove him backwards. Yeah, I was going to say, you got to blow the whistle if you want him to stop. If I'm Cole Hines there, I'm going all the way to the end zone.
I think Ramsey fumbled that football.
I think he did too, and I think Cole Hines was picking it up and returning it here.
No, I didn't see it there, but I'm pretty sure Ramsey fumbled that. Now, who recovered it, I don't know. Maybe the officials thought that he was already down, but we'll see it right here.
See how loose he is? Oh, that's fumble. That's fumble. That's a Coalfield ball. Does he pick it up or does he fall on it right here?
I don't know. See, Hines.
Oh, yeah, he's down on the ground, but it should be Coalfield football.
And now, I believe it's Ramsey again with the carry, and he's short of the goal line.
Disastrous right there.
That'll bring up 3rd and goal.
Now, remember that point in this ball game. That could be a huge factor moving forward. Good job by the Coalfield defensive line of pushing the pile backwards, refusing to give an inch.
And Unica is going to call a timeout. They've got a very crucial 3rd and goal, and so does Coalfield on defense. This could be a huge stop for the Yellow Jackets on your OEB Law Game of the Week.
At Patriot Home Care, our personal approach to patients is what sets us apart.
I truly appreciate the kindness through the years.
Thank you so much for the care you provided for my husband. Your kindness and compassion will always be appreciated.
We can assist with all ages. Our dedicated staff has the experience to take care of your needs.
The entire home care team has been amazing, and I've definitely felt supported throughout.
Let our family take care of your family. From full-time to just a few hours. See how Patriot Home Care can help you.
Back to your OEB Law Game of the Week. Aaron Harvey, Coach James Hoot Gibson, some scores of interest for you. Elizabethton has scored on Anderson County with 6:57 left to go in the second quarter. It is AC up 14-7. And Maryville in the second quarter still up on Bearden 7-3. And here's that play on your screen.
Watch that football. Right there, it's loose.
Definitely out. Ramsey falls down.
That is a fumble. Cole Hines falls on that football.
Does he, though?
Yeah, he does.
It's hard to tell because Ramsey's in the way a little bit.
He is, but Cole Hines is laying right there. I know it's a hard view, but I'm going for turnover right there.
Well, I mean, why would Cole Hines have picked up the football if he didn't feel like he fell on it?
Yeah, he knew.
So I don't think you can't see it, but logically it looks like he's got it. Big 3rd down here. Here is Ramsey, tries to get to the outside, dives for the end zone, and he is stopped short.
Set down.
What a play by
set him down.
Cole Hines.
He's mad about that fumble recovery, guys, because let me tell you, this is a huge tackle right here.
Number 33, Eli Justice.
So now it's 4th and goal. Unica's going to go for it. That reminded me of Little Giants.
Eli Justice on the tackle.
You know, Icebox met Spike. Spike was diving for the end zone. Icebox came up and hit him and stopped him. That's what that reminded me of. So now, big 4th down call here.
4th and 1. I mean, you got a really good running back, really talented quarterback coming out in shotgun here. But Coalfield has that dominant defensive line.
And Ramsey runs it up the middle. Unica's trying to push. He will not get there. He did not get there.
And the sidelines explode.
Turnover on downs. What a stop by Coalfield.
Huge defensive stand.
Buddy, I tell you what, if you like defense,
you like that.
You got to be very happy
Led
about
in the middle there by number 55, Braden Burgess, another talented senior for this Coalfield Yellow Jacket football team.
That right there is Coalfield saying, we worked harder in the weight room over the summer than you did, and we're going to show you.
And there's proof.
That's why it matters.
That's why it matters. That's why you got to eat your beef, guys.
From Crooked Fork Farms.
No place else. Got a timeout.
And Coalfield's going to take a timeout. They're going to see what they're wanting to do on their own goal line. So with 4:49 left to go in this first half, it is Coalfield leading over Unica, awaiting a first down. And back at Coalfield, Aaron Harvey, Coach James Hoot Gibson. Coalfield takes a timeout. With 4:49 left to go in this first half, the Yellow Jackets lead by 2 extra points.
Guys, if you're out there and you're in the need of some land clearing needs, property improvement needs, driveways, needing some aggregates, anything such as that, you need to give Crooked Fork Farms a phone call at 865-206-7560. They can do that work for you. Make your yard level, whatever your needs are. You see there on the screen, take a picture of that. Give them a phone call, 865-206-7560, www.crookedforkfarms.com.
Yeah, you know what? They're pretty good at that stuff, but eat the beef. I'm telling you, eat the meat that comes from Crooked Fork Farms. You will not be sorry. So now Cole Hines under center for the first time in this game. Handoff goes up the middle to Henry. And Henry picks up about 3 or 4 yards.
Plowing forward, keeping those short legs moving forward. Running over a defender of Unica.
They give him 5. 2nd and 5 now.
Tight formation for Coalfield.
And Hines under center again, offset eye.
Penalty.
And that one
in the area of false start.
Yeah, that comes from the line judge.
Let's see.
Why is he walking in?
I don't know. He's going to whisper it. Oh, it's on Unica.
Offside, so they must have lined up offsides.
Well, that's not a penalty. If you line up offsides, you can get back across the ball. So he had to touch a Coalfield defender or offensive player.
I think if you line up in the neutral zone, it is a dead ball penalty, isn't it?
No, not unless the ball snapped.
Well, here is Henry. And
Henry refusing to go down.
This is a dogfight right now. And we're stopping the clock again.
Chains are moving. First down, Coalfield.
So that's why we're stopping the clock.
Pull the guard and tackle there. You see that pancake block by the big offensive lineman of Coalfield. That's going to be on his highlights, I promise you that.
And I tell you what's interesting, Hines went to the wrong side that time, or Henry went to the wrong side, as here is Henry again, gets the carry. Henry still on his feet, finally brought down as he crosses the 25-yard line.
Like I said, Henry's not going to beat you with his speed, but he will beat you with his agility. He is very balanced runner. You can hit him 2 or 3 different sides, and he keeps his feet moving. That's what you want out of a really good running back.
That he does. He's got excellent field vision. He's got great balance.
Toughness.
Excellent pad level. Offset eye again for Coalfield. Hines this time fakes the handoff and throws a quick out, and that is going to lose some yards.
Played really well by the Unica defensive back. Recognized short route. Came crashing down. Broke down just enough to make a secure tackle on the Coalfield wide receiver.
And that's heads up, because Coalfield, they can lull you to sleep with the success that they have on the ground.
They're really strifing at that football, too. Every time a Coalfield player has the ball in their arms, they are stripping at the football. Unica coming back out in a cover 3 defense.
Well, you said you thought Unica had to win the turnover battle by 3 to win this game. I think maybe Unica might feel the same way. So here is Hines, drops back to pass, throws it over the middle, and that pass is caught.
Wow, what a catch. Great job by the Coalfield wide receiver. Getting his elbows tight to where that football hits skin instead of grass. Great basket catch. That's hard now.
That is a great catch.
He had to slam his brakes on, catching that, falling. That's great.
Hammers 1st and 10 for Hines. Drops back to pass.
Here it
Looks
is.
upfield, going way downfield. That pass is
it hit him
incomplete.
right in the chest.
But it was tipped by Aiden Greenless. Coming from that safety position.
Love the aggressiveness on the play.
Number 11, Aiden Greenless.
You go to your speedster and Roberts.
Yeah, you'll see this Chuck Fleischman replay. Greenless came over from a safety position.
Good release on the ball here.
2nd and 10 Yellow Jackets.
He did, didn't he?
Just barely.
Barely, just enough.
Just enough.
If he wouldn't have got his hand on it, that's a touchdown.
Yeah,
Coalfield.
and we've got to stop and play here. But yeah, if Roberts had been able to catch that football, he's scoring 6. So now we got a dead ball.
Another penalty on
And it's
Unaka.
another offsides penalty on Unaka Rangers.
Unaka
with a very limited roster of about 24 players.
Yellow Jackets ball on their own 44.
Makes it a 2nd and 5. Hines, empty backfield, gonna step up and run, being held onto by TJ Thomas. Thomas still holding on to him, brings him down by the jersey.
42, what a play there by the Unaka Rangers. Stretch that jersey, a good 2 foot there for Cole Hines. I do not know how he held on right there.
You know, that reminds me of a scene from the Little Giants too. Oddly enough, it does.
Well, it's not easy to tackle Cole Hines. You better grab on and just hold on.
So a loss of 3 on the play makes it 3rd and 8. Hines.
It's got a man
back.
here.
All right, it's going to give it to Rommel Conlon. Conlon gets upfield. He's got enough for the first down. And that is about it.
Oh, that's an early whistle.
They whistle his forward progress.
He was still moving forward, guys. You got to let him eat. He was still gaining yards there. Great catch there. Get upfield.
Jackets ball up midfield.
Pulling the jerseys. Yeah, his momentum did stop there, didn't it? Good call by the referee.
Hammers 1st down. Hines looking upfield. Now floats this one up for Roberts. He's there at the 20, at the 15 to the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown, Coalfield, with 1:08 left to go in this first half. But there is a... No, there's not. There's not a flag.
Pass complete to Eli Roberts for the Coalfield touchdown.
It looked like a flag.
Play covering 50 yards.
Coalfield's got to be really careful about players leaving the sideline and celebrating in the end zone there, as that can be called a penalty.
This is an important extra point because...
Good throw here by Cole Hines.
Oh, yeah,
Led his
sure.
wide receiver speedster, beat the double coverage, outruns everybody.
If Treese hits this, then it's a 2-score game.
It's huge.
So it is a big extra point.
They've been close on blocking it a couple times.
Hines to hold.
Our viewers didn't get to see that.
That was
he sacrificed.
Was that Johnny Douglas on the side? It was like somebody tied his shoestrings together and he got up to run.
He was jumping off sides and he tried to keep his feet on this side and just fell right over and got a penalty.
So now Luke Treese moves up about 1.5 yards for a little bit closer of an attempt. He'll walk it off again. Snap, set, kick is up. Boy, that was that was a missile spiral that got through there. So now Coalfield with 21, the inverse score of Unaka, which has 12. The Rangers will have 68 seconds to try to score before halftime when we get back to your OEB Law Game of the Week.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammer's popular ladies boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
So Coalfield leads that drive from about their 2-yard line, 98 yards down the field to get in. with just 1:08 left to go in this first half. And that was big because Unica will get the ball to start the second half.
It's huge, and Unica, as you can see, kind of hands on hips, and everybody's playing a little sluggish right here. That's a big drive, and Coalfield dominated all the way down through there. So let's see if that impacts this offensive drive of Unica.
So set to kick is Treese. This kick is up in the air. It's a high spinner. Back to get it, TJ Thomas takes it from the 11. Thomas looking to get upfield and gets up to about the 25-yard line and is knocked out of bounds. And that is where the Rangers will have a Hammers 1st and 10.
See what kind of drive Unica has here. As you see the Chuck Fleischman replay, really high kick by Treese. 42 for Unica, catches the ball still with his feet stuck in the ground, unable to pick up much yards.
So Unica will have 60 plus 1 seconds.
Ball on their own 25.
To try to go 75 yards here. And you know they can't set up for a field goal because they've not been kicking extra points. So it's 6 or none for Unaka Rangers.
It's not an offense that's really built for that, even though they've done it twice here tonight.
Ramsey from the backfield. Throws it, it's picked off.
Da-da-da.
Eli Roberts going the other direction. Gets in the end zone. Touchdown, Coalfield.
Late penalty down here at the Coalfield sideline. Not sure what. Had to be after the play.
Surely.
Not sure what he's seen. I'm going to assume some sort of sideline warning.
42, Eli Roberts.
Great interception by Eli Roberts. Good field vision.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct on Coalfield.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct. Penalty against the Yellow Jackets.
Looked like it might have been on Coach Napier for getting a little too far out on the field.
Interception return covering 28 yards.
You would think, but if he made contact with the referee, then they'd throw it, but I didn't see him make contact with him.
I didn't even see the flag. So,
well, what else are you going to be looking at? Eli Roberts picking that ball off and scoring, or down here?
That's right.
Right here. Watch right here. You see it flap in the air.
Boom. There's the flag right there. And the referee, the line judge, was running down through the sidelines and pretty much made contact with Benson Napier, close contact. And they threw the penalty.
Well, you said last time Coalfield scored that they were going to have to be careful about coming out onto the field. So Luke Treese on to attempt this extra point. Snap is low. Hines has to pick it up. Looking, just throws it back to Treese. Treese with a double pass, and then goes to the end zone. It's almost caught by Jones. Have you ever seen a double pass?
No, that was awesome. I'm not even going to lie. That was awesome. Low snap, panic, fire, fire, fire. Everybody go your route. Let's try to score.
Is that improvised?
Throws it to Treese, another talented quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, they both are quarterbacks. Is that improvised, or is that something?
No, that's improvised right there. Cole Hines, normally on a fire, you should have your tight end type position rolling out towards the pylon. Coalfield didn't, and Cole Hines recognized that and said, I'm in a bad position. Let me get that to Treese.
So there were 61 seconds left to go when Coalfield got into the end zone to take the lead 21-12. Now there have been less than 10 seconds, 9 seconds off the clock, and Coalfield now leads it 27-12.
Think of the plays that we've seen tonight. You know, that's single A football. A lot of these plays just don't happen in big-time 5A, 6A football. So this is exciting football, and I'm sure our viewers at home have enjoyed this ball game.
Now Treese will kick it deep from 15 yards back from where he normally kicks it from because of the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
Got a little bit of wind in his back, not much.
So TJ Thomas is set back deep to receive this one, and he is right about his 24-yard line.
He's got to catch the ball in a run to have success.
Thomas.
Treese's kick is up and to the left. He's not going to be able to catch it, and It is.
Oh, my goodness.
That's a penalty.
Thomas.
That's a penalty. Yeah, that's a penalty. That's a heads-up play right there.
Huge.
He saw it. He thought it was going to go out of bounds, and it didn't. So when he didn't,
right in bounds right there.
He went out of bounds.
And Coalfield could have picked that up and scored.
And the coaches are upset, but
these referees, playoff referees, are not your normal referees that are in our area. So they move regions and everything, and these referees are definitely built a little bit different than what we've seen so far here this season.
So I still haven't gotten an official call. It's because it's the same thing as basketball. If he's standing outside and he touches the ball, it's out of bounds.
To touch it, it's
because he is an extension of the ball himself.
Yep.
It's like
you never see that called.
No,
I mean it never happens.
No, it's like an electric current.
Yeah, when you're out of bounds.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah. And this is going to move the football up to midfield.
The ball was placed on the 50. The Rangers have it 1st and 10.
Here is Ramsey, tight formation.
Middle screen.
Sets up the screen.
Oh, he dropped it.
Thomas drops it.
Ooh, I was about to say that ball could have been a fumble there.
2nd and 10, 47 seconds on the clock.
A little bit of desperation mode here. You got 47 seconds. You got plenty of opportunities here. Although this offense is not designed for 2-minute type of offense, as they're running a middle screen here with 47 seconds left in the second quarter.
And that's true, but Unica is down 2 scores. So if they could find the end zone here, they get the ball to start the second half.
That's a huge turn of events.
Ramsey goes to his left.
Pressure's on.
And he's sacked.
Dominated. Number 33, Eli Justice.
33.
And Ramsey's still down.
Worst case scenario.
Now he gets back up.
He's looking gimpy. Oh, he turned that ankle by stepping on his running back's foot.
Is that what?
He's going to have to go to the sideline here. He's feeling it. Now, who comes in for quarterback? Brennan Repass? Is that number 3?
Yep. Repass.
The sophomore.
This time is going to hand it off, and that goes to Blamo, and this is going to get Unica out of here unless Coalfield takes a timeout. The Yellow Jackets do. So Coalfield is going to force Unica to punt this thing where anything could go wrong. So that's a smart move by Coach Benson Napier.
Great move by Benson Napier, as the quarterback is the punter for Unica, and he's now on the sidelines.
That is also a very good point. I'd say let's just keep it right here for this final 24 and a half seconds. I can give you some scores around the area while we're at it. Of course, Greg Addington had the same idea I did. Oliver Springs up on Cloudland, 28-6.
Wow, what a response by the Oliver Springs Bobcats.
Monterey up on Hampton, 13-8 at the half.
Wow.
And that's at Hampton.
Yeah, that's a tough place to play.
Science Hill is up over Farragut, 14-10. At halftime, Anderson County is up on Elizabethton, 20-7.
Wow. That's a huge score right there.
At half, it looks like Maryville up on Bearden, 14-3. And now in punt formation, that's Ramsey. He's back out there. Clean snap and catch. A spinner for a kick. I think Unica thinks that Coalfield touched that thing.
It was close. Really close. Too close.
Because why do you catch that if you don't think it hit somebody from Coalfield?
You don't. You let it roll.
So
now let's see here. Did the Coalfield? It hit his foot. It hit 33's foot. Bounced up.
And you saw the Unica players.
Yeah, I mean it's.
You see.
Watch it right here.
Oh, not there.
Huh?
Bonk.
I'm not sure it did.
Does that hit his
That-
foot, or
that
is it
Looks
right?
like it did. It's right beside it.
Right beside it. Ooh, it's close.
Ooh, that is very close.
I mean, it could have touched it, but either way you go.
I don't think it did. After seeing that replay like that, I don't think it did.
Good.
So, Hammers first down, 16.7 seconds remaining in this first half, and Cole Hines is going to hand off.
No, he's
he's
not.
going to fake it, throws it up in the air for Roberts. Roberts cannot run under it. That'll bring up 2nd and 10.
I like the aggressiveness. Hey, it's the second round of the playoffs here. You got 10 seconds. Take advantage of it. Cole Hines had that ball kind of sail on him just a little bit. Roberts was breaking kind of early on it, had to adjust his route, just overthrown him.
2nd and 10 Yellow Jackets.
Well, now Unaka knows that Coalfield's not going to run the clock out, but, well, I don't know. Maybe they will now. Hines, so they wanted to take one shot at it. They didn't get it. Hines takes a knee, and that will be the end of the first half as Coalfield scores 2 touchdowns in a matter of a few seconds. And now the Yellow Jackets lead it 27-12 over Unica in the second round of the playoffs. We've got halftime action coming up for you in just a little bit on your OEB Law Game of the Week.
Football is back. And OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacles blocking you from scoring a full and fair settlement. Call OEB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your wreck into a check.
Pat Ryan here with Kathy May Martin. If you're thinking of buying or selling real estate, then make the right play call and contact Kathy May Martin for all your real estate needs. Kathy's 30-plus years of knowledge and experience gives her clients the competitive edge. You know, like me on game day. Kick is up and it's good. Kathy May Martin for all your real estate needs.
At Patriot Home Care,
All right, so we don't get kicked off of the Facebook. We are going to try to talk to. We wanted to allow you to see a halftime show by the cheerleaders because they don't really get on very much. And it was going just fine while they were cheering, but then they just had to play music and do a dance routine. As you see Naomi Jones out there, we know that young lady.
Check out the facial expressions. These girls worked hard for this stuff.
Yeah, and so they get.
Who is the cheerleading coach down here now? Alicia?
Yeah. Alicia Jenkins.
That's awesome.
My sister.
Lisa Jenkins, good job out there. You got a pretty good roster size.
That's her. That's her.
Good job with your cheerleaders. This is what we were just talking about. You can tell.
Commercial.
All right, so now let's go back to commercial.
At Patriot Home Care, our personal approach to patients is what sets us apart.
I truly appreciate the kindness through the years.
Thank you so much for the care you provided for my husband. Your kindness and compassion will always be appreciated.
We can assist with all ages. Our dedicated staff has the experience to take care of your needs.
The entire home care team has been amazing, and I've definitely felt supported throughout.
Let our family take care of your family. From full-time to just a few hours. See how Patriot Home Care can help you.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Football is back, and OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense. Call OEB Law and turn your wreck into a check.
And back to your OEB Law Game of the Week. Here in Harvey, Coach James Hoot Gibson with you. As you see, at halftime, Coalfield leads over Unica by a score of 27-12. Some scores of interest for you. It is Gordonsville striking first against South Pittsburgh and then striking again. With 6 minutes left to go in the first quarter, Gordonsville leads South Pitt 14-0.
Ooh, that is something right there, guys. That's stirring up a hornet's nest.
So Maryville is up on Bearden at the half, 14-3 at halftime. Looks like Anderson County up on Elizabethton, 20-7. Let's see, the Greenville team that Anderson County will play next week, if they beat this Elizabethton team they're playing tonight, is up on Gibbs in the second quarter. It's 7-55. Greenville's good.
Real good.
Monterey up on Hampton at the half, 13-8. Science Hill leading over Farragut, 14-10. Alcoa on top of Pigeon Forge, 13-7. West up on Morristown West in the second quarter, 48-0. Not too surprising there. York Institute's gotten kicked off against South Green, and it is the Dragons up on South Green by a score of 7-0 early in the first. Powell up on Walker Valley, 35-0. Sweetwater leading McMinn Central at the half, 48-6. That's a big score. Clay County, the region champion in Gordonsville's region, is up early in the first quarter over Whitwell by a score of 7-0. And Loudoun and Giles County almost through their first quarter. That score is tied at nothing.
That's one of the toughest places to play that I've ever coached in high school football was Giles County at Pulaski, Tennessee.
Pulaski, that's where Tyler Smith came from.
Yep.
He played there at Giles County.
Played football too.
He played football and basketball.
I want to give a shout out to the 2022 Coalfield Hoppers football team. Went undefeated and did not allow a score until the championship game. They won that game 19-12. Dominating performances all year long, coached by none other than Austin Hensley. So great job by the 2022 Hoppers football team and coach Austin Hensley.
I saw on your screen there just a moment ago, Tabitha Jones Davis, I should say. She's your age. She's a year older than me. She married one Brandon Davis, who you referenced earlier in our pregame show from, you said that they played in 2005, and Brandon Davis was on that team.
And
Jones.
Brandon Davis is coaching some younger kids as well. Him and Doug Jones are coaching a younger team in Coalfield, and they're a very talented bunch led by Brandon Davis, who we all know is one of the better football players to come out of Morgan County in many years.
And that's him sitting there in orange, if I'm not mistaken, looking at his phone. He needs to be watching this game. So
he's a lot bigger now than what he was back in the day.
he needs to be watching the game so he could look up and wave at us.
That was a very talented football player down here at Coalfield. I mean, sometimes that man in the orange would just purely dominate a football game, scoring every touchdown in the entire football game. Very good outside linebacker for Coalfield. Every year they've always had, a couple players, and then every few years they have a loaded roster. And they make that deep run like they did with Peyton McKinney there to the state championship game several years ago. Or Parker McKinney.
Yeah, Parker. I saw Parker's dad earlier today and talked to him for a moment. Parker's got 1 year of eligibility left with the Eastern Kentucky Colonels. The Colonels. I was reading a script in my head, apparently. But yeah, so with the Colonels, starting quarterback there, broken about every quarterback record there is to break for Eastern Kentucky. And Ted told me he wants to make the playoffs because he's not done that yet. And, buddy, they are right on the outside looking in of that playoff for FCS.
I don't think it's any question that Parker McKinney will go down as the greatest quarterback in Eastern Kentucky University's football history. That is a program that's traditionally run the option, a lot of spread option and triple option plays. And then they got a new coaching staff, and the first place they went to was Parker McKinney. And Caleb Cox, who's the wide receiver coach up there, used to be a assistant coach of mine, has spoke a lot of really high words for the job that Parker McKinney's done up at EKU. He is a very popular man on that campus. And Eastern Kentucky, in the state, almost everybody knows Parker McKinney's name.
And you knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, we did.
If you spent any time at all around Parker McKinney, you knew he's a great kid, first off.
A leader.
He's a leader. He's well-liked. So it's not surprising at all that he's
coached.
Yeah.
He was just a difference maker. And, you've seen it from the days of, we covered him in middle school, seeing him throw a ball 50 yards in middle school, and it just continued on. He worked hard on and off the field, kept his grades where they needed to be, and the rest is history. He's going down as one of the greatest high school football players to ever come out of the county of Morgan.
Yeah, his dad told me this morning he's getting some calls from some NFL scouts, and that's ultimately what he wants to do when he gets done with Eastern Kentucky. You got to wait and see if you can get an opportunity for that, but it's not completely out of the realm of possibilities.
No, you never know what can happen. There's been a lot of players drafted and not drafted from smaller schools that are still playing in the NFL today. Long careers. And Parker has worked his tail off his entire life to be as good as he is right now, and it's showing on the football field. But if you look at it as a whole, Coalfield has put out a lot of talented football players over the years. Not many has been able to reach and have as much success as Parker McKinney has had up at EKU. But year in, year out, Coalfield produces a lot of very talented high school football players.
Yeah, you mentioned Brandon Davis. He had an opportunity to play at Tennessee Tech.
Yep.
So, yeah, there's been a lot of talent.
Well, that's something that always was bothersome to me is how do you let Peyton McKinney get out of Parker McKinney get out of Tennessee? If I'm Tennessee Tech, if I'm MTSU, if I'm ETSU, I would have been living in his living room.
Yeah, making it happen. And Parker's got a big game tomorrow with Eastern Kentucky. They're playing Jacksonville State. Jacksonville State. Yeah, they're leading the conference there, the Atlantic Sun Conference. So that's a really good opportunity for Eastern Kentucky to make a case for those playoffs. Parker this year, he's 227 for 330 for 2,766 yards, 23 touchdowns, only 6 interceptions. Yeah,
if you're not doing anything, guys, you need to go to Brad Jones's Facebook or Twitter page and just watch some of his highlights. Brad does a really good job of always updating us Morgan County folks on guys that make it to the second level, and he's done a great job. So Look there on the screen, cooking them hamburgers.
7, South Green, nothing.
We need a couple of them brought up here.
If we mention them and advertise for them, will they bring us some? Because that smells really good. Because you definitely smell that. We're just right up those stairs there, in case you don't know. Come on up the stairs with us. Bring us some burgers. All right.
You can tell she's worked hard all night long to raise the funds for this Coalfield football program. Coalfield always has a lot of volunteers helping, and look at that mess right there now.
Fried hot dogs.
Guys, look at that. You see that good hamburger on there? If you hungry and you want to eat something good, you need to visit crookedforkfarms.com. We have all the 21-day dry-aged hamburger that you could possibly want. It's all fresh. Animal was dispatched 20 days ago, so you ain't gonna get no fresher than what we are offering.
And there's the menu there. I've purchased off that menu myself, and I don't regret it at all.
Yeah, guys, if you're in the market for some ground beef, we've got single pounds, we've got two pounders, we've got patties, flat irons, chuck eyes, boneless ribeye steaks, fillets, which are amazing, the New York strips, flank steaks, rump roasts, liver, marrow, we've got it all, guys. We got a little bit of pork left too. So guys, if you're out there and you're interested, stop by the farm store at 198 Liberty Road in Wartburg, Tennessee tomorrow. We are open from 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. Stop by and get your grill needs at Crooked Fork Farms.
Cheek meat. I've got a lot of that. I always have.
Cheek meat is delicious.
Made me really good boxing out in basketball.
Yeah.
All my cheek meat. Now, I've never had beef liver.
It's delicious if you cook it right.
Yeah, how do you make it?
Well, I cook it with onions.
Okay.
I flour it and fry it up, and man, it's good. I like it in small pieces.
Yeah.
The liver's one of the healthiest, meats that you can possibly eat.
People don't like hearing that liver. I've had chicken livers, and I like them.
They're
very good.
I like chicken livers too. It's just a little strong. It's got a lot of iron in it. It's got a lot of vitamins in it, and that's where that taste comes from, because it's very healthy for you. But your body really does love liver.
And you see Naomi out there. And you see Nicole out there.
The cheerleading coach enjoying that cheese. Yeah, she's on TV, guys. Make her famous. Take some screenshots. Post that on Facebook.
No shame.
No shame.
That nacho cheese is
You
so
can't
good.
embarrass a cheerleader. Come on.
Oh, yeah. So I'm looking at the clock. There's less than a minute before we kick this thing off. So we have made it through halftime by talking basically about nothing. It's like the Seinfeld version of the halftime show.
Guys, if you're out there and you're needing any type of remodeling services, construction, any additions to your home, you need to give Jones & Sons Construction a phone call. They are a local family-owned business that has a 5-star review. They've been in business since 2021. Veterans discount right now is running at 10%. The owner is the pastor at Victory Baptist Church in the Stevens community. They are a Christian-led organization with a 5-star rating. Jones, Sons, and Construction Remodeling. No project too small, no project too big. 865-224-9231.
So the horn sounds and halftime comes to a close. Want to say a big thank you to Sabre Beauchamp. She is a county commissioner in Anderson County, but also an alumna from Coalfield from the class of 1998. She is a Coalfield fan.
Supporting her Yellow Jackets and also leading the community.
Yeah, and thank you also to these people who gave us some money tonight. Jim Rivers, David Rivers, Judy and Charlie Slack, Dawn and Paula Goins, and, of course, Sabre Beauchamp.
Guys, if you see these people out and about, you need to go shake their hands. The reason that we're able to bring this football game to you tonight versus you sitting out here in this cold weather is because of these people that is on the screen and our sponsors. So thank you, Mr. Rivers, David Rivers, Judy and Charlie Slack. Everybody that is on there, thank you to all of them and our sponsors.
So I told you, pretty sure I updated the score at halftime. Oliver Springs leads over Cloudland 28-6. So if the Bobcats are able to hold on there in the second half, they'll be making another trip to Coalfield if the Yellow Jackets are able to hang on.
Guys, if you're a business out there and you're looking for some marketing, you need some more traffic coming into your store or calls coming into your business, you need to give Brad Jones at BBB Channel 12 a phone call. He can help you get business coming into your doors by sponsoring football games and such as that. He can make commercials for you. So guys, if you're out there and you're needing some more marketing, give Brad Jones a phone call at Channel 12. He can make it happen for you.
And we want to say a big thank you and hi to Rita Brown, and she really enjoyed seeing that halftime performance from the cheerleaders. And she's watching in Oceanside, California.
Wow. Thank you to our sponsors for allowing that to happen. If it wasn't for you, she would not be able to witness this ball game all the way from California.
Here's my question, though. Isn't all of California Oceanside? You could just call one place Oceanside, isn't it?
As well, yep.
I don't know.
Oceanfront property.
I don't know. I think it's a little pretentious to call yourself Oceanside when all these other places are also Oceanside, but maybe that's just me. So I don't know why this is taking so long, because
we're definitely having a conversation out here, making sure everybody's on the same page.
I guess they added 3 minutes back up on the clock. I don't know. But Coalfield and Unica both ready to start this second half.
Benson Napier heading to the numbers to do some final coaching up of his kickoff team here, making sure there is not a breakdown in coverage, allowing a big play by the Unaka Rangers. 1, 2, 3, go. They're ready, guys.
They are ready.
A little bit dramatic, but they're ready.
And here we go. And there's still like 30 seconds still on the clock. I don't know if they'll go ahead and knock that off of there or what, but hopefully they do and we get this thing going again.
Coalfield with a lot of very good assistant coaches led by Jason Wilson, offensive coordinator, Matt Jones, the defensive coordinator, James Bell, Shelly Burgess, Ben Jackson, Tyler Keithley, and Daniel Shaw are all as assistant coaches there for the Coalfield Yellow Jackets.
All right, here we go. Getting ready to start this one off. Luke Treese will kick it deep. Back deep to receive for Unica is TJ Thomas. High spinner taken by Thomas inside the 15-yard line. Thomas gets upfield, and that's a really good return that puts Unica at about the 37-yard line to begin this second half.
Met first by number 33, Eli Justice. Brought down by what looks like Brock Jones.
And the clock didn't start. It's still sitting at 12. So we've got a Hammers first down. I think we're going to have to stop so the timekeeper can, apparently, he tried to start. We've got equipment failure or something. So I guess that means he'll have to come up to the press box. Trying to get this clock to start.
Guys, if you're out there and you like barbecue sauces, homemade stuff, if you like jams and jellies, you need to visit Crooked Fork Farms, as we've got some of the best sauces that you can imagine. Your tongue will literally beat your brain to death wanting more of it.
Literally.
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 You can get a concussion very easily just by trying our sauces.
Well, I wouldn't. That's not good advertising. Nobody wants a concussion.
Makes your brain dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, it's really good barbecue sauces. We've got ranch dressing, dill ranching, any kind of dressing that you basically can imagine. We got marinades to make that meat even better. So if you're out there and you're in the market, guys, stop by our store tomorrow, 9 a.m. until 2 p.m., and you can get your hands on some of the best product in East Tennessee.
Now, I'm going to put you on the spot here. If you could only pick one of those bottles of sauces, which one would you pick?
And I like that spicy barbecue. I'm more of a spice vinegary guy, kind of like a Memphis type barbecue. So I like that spice, and it hits a little bit different. So my personal favorite, and I made them all, but that one, the spicy barbecue, is my favorite.
What do you like putting it on?
Anything. Chicken, barbecue, especially barbecue, but a little bit of everything. And sometimes I'll even just dip French fries in it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's...
Yeah. We make awesome sauce, which is very similar to Chick-fil-A sauce. It's delicious for French fries and chicken tenders and all that good stuff. So they've got a little bit of everything. We got chow chow, mild and hot. We've got Vidalia relish. We got pickled dilly beans and everything.
And the second half is underway. So here is
He's
Blammo.
back in the ball game.
Well, that's the other one. That's that was Jamal Blammo, and the one that was hurt we saw at halftime was Josie Blammo.
Either way you go, huge loss for the Unaka Rangers here.
Blammo picks up about 5 yards, makes it 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 for the Rangers, ball on their own 43.
The rain has slacked off. Got a pretty dry field right now.
Handoff, and a reverse here goes to Thomas. Thomas breaks the first tackle, makes a move inside and dives. I think he's going to have the first down.
I believe Cole Hines just pushed him forward with the hard hit, enough for the first down. Let's see here on Chuck Fleischman replay. Loose ball, and watch right here. Boom. No, that was number 29, A.J. Henry, laying a big hit, but pushes the ball carrier forward for a first down.
Ball spotted at the Unica 48-yard line.
Guarantee you he felt that one.
Oh, yeah.
Rangers, ball on the Unica 48.
So 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. H-back lined up to the left, and that is the direction that Ramsey will roll. Throws this one up ahead. That pass is complete. And with the reception is Aiden Greenless, and that's enough for another Hammers first down.
Pass complete to Greenless.
Eli Roberts on the coverage. Really good coverage. It was just an excellent catch by the wide receiver and good throw by the quarterback.
Now he just flicks that thing.
I'm telling you, it's an awkward looking release, but it springs out of his hand.
41.
So on the side of Coalfield's field now, Ramsey in the backfield. Quick pitch out. That goes to Blammo. Blammo tries to get the corner and will be knocked out around the 32-yard line.
Tackle by Bunch.
Tackle made by Jaden Bunch, number 1 at Coalfield. Coming up from that corner position. Making a good secure tackle.
Pickup of 9 makes it 2nd and 1.
2nd and 1 Rangers.
Unica driving on this
32.
first drive of the second half.
Man coverage at the top of your screen.
Ramsey sends a man in motion. Takes the snap, rolls to his left.
Way.
Gets rid of it, and it's picked off again.
Who else?
Eli Roberts. No one will catch him. His 2nd pick 6 of the game. Touchdown, Coalfield.
Second interception for the day for Eli Roberts. Read that play perfectly.
Yes, he did.
Has enough speed to close in on that play.
Wow, that's incredible.
From 10 yards he closed on that ball and then just outrun everybody else.
That is incredible.
Great play that time by the Coalfield Yellow Jackets. I don't know what his 40 is, but I know it's fast.
Indeed it is, as Luke Treese comes out to attempt the extra point. Treese is 3 for 3 on the ones he's actually been able to attempt. They did have a bobbled snap earlier.
I love how he's a straight-on kicker. He's got that big old boot on out there.
Snap, set,
boom,
kick, and that is inside the uprights. It is good. Coalfield, by way of the defense, puts up 6 more points. The Yellow Jackets lead at 34-12 on your OEB Law Game of the Week.
Football is back. And OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacles blocking you from scoring a full and fair settlement. Call OEB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your wreck into a check.
Pat Ryan here with Kathy
And
May.
back to this second round of the playoff edition of the OEB Law Game of the Week, as Coalfield's defense has scored 12 points in this game. And it was Eli Roberts that scored all 12 of them.
Yeah, Eli Roberts has had himself a game tonight, single-handedly turning this ball game around for the Coalfield Yellow Jackets.
Luke Treese's kickoff is spinning towards the sidelines, and it just drops dead.
Again, for the second time. That is some excellent kicking.
Thomas had to come up and dive on that thing because Coalfield was coming. That's an excellent kick by Treese. What's that ball just die?
That's the second time that's happened here tonight.
Yeah, and this time Thomas didn't have an opportunity to get creative with it because Jaden Bunch was coming. And he's slow to get up on that play.
Desperation mode here for the Unaka Rangers.
They had a great drive going. So potentially if you score on that drive, then you cut it to a one-score game. Instead, it's a 14-point, potentially 15-point swing there. Ramsey hands off.
Good play. I like it.
And the ball's on the ground.
Big Daddy Henry knocked that ball loose. Turnover, Coalfield Yellow Jackets. And it's just getting wider.
That's it. Blamo got blamoed.
Good play call here.
Blamo, the ball carrier.
Met first.
27, Colton Henry.
By number 27, Colton Henry put that head right on that football. Pops it out. Coalfield football.
Yeah, and recovering that fumble's Riley Brown. So Coalfield has a Hammers first down at the 26-yard line of Unaka.
Got to reward your running back there in that instance. Coming up with a football, forced fumble. Hand that football off, let him get some yards here.
Coalfield might go to the end zone here. Roberts in motion, fakes the handoff to him, fakes the handoff to Henry, and Hines takes off. That was indeed a busted play.
Hines keeps met first by Greenless.
Still picked up some tough yardage there on a busted play. Coalfield just refusing to go down.
Yeah, so on the Chuck Fleischman replay, you could tell Eli Roberts went in motion and made contact with Henry in the backfield, and that threw off the timing. So Hines couldn't hand it off to someone cleanly, just takes off with it himself.
Got a lot of field at the top of your screen.
Certainly do. Man in motion, that's Roberts. And on a quarterback keeper here is Hines. Hines up the middle, still on his feet, gets inside the 10 and brought down, and that will make it a Hammers first and goal, Coalfield.
Marcus Showmaker.
Offensive line, you pull the left guard. He comes across the field, picks up a block. Cole Hines does the rest. Fumbling and stumbling all the way forward, running through the tackle of the big defensive tackle for Unaka.
First and goal from the 8.
And Roberts in motion again. And Roberts in motion again. As Hines gets the play call from the sidelines.
Watch for the jet
And Roberts
sweep.
in motion again. It's not. Instead, it is
touchdown.
Touchdown. That goes to Brock Jones. That's one of them. What?
Pass complete to Brock Jones for the Coalfield touchdown.
Great catch, great route, good throw.
All right, so let's watch this Chuck Fleischman replay.
Keep your eye.
Oh, it's tipped.
And it was tipped.
And it was almost picked off.
Touchdown.
Wow. Instead, it's a touchdown.
Wow.
For Unaka, Aiden Greenless just a little bit behind that ball. And Treese's extra point is up. It's no good. So Treese misses one, but Coalfield still maintains that 28-point lead with 9:11 left to go in the third quarter of your OEB Law Game of the Week.
Martin, if you're thinking of buying or selling real estate, then make the right play call and contact Kathy May Martin for all your real estate needs. Kathy's 30-plus years of knowledge and experience gives her clients the competitive edge. You know, like me on game day. Kick is up and it's good. Kathy May Martin for all your real estate needs.
And back to your OEB Law Game of the Week. Treese again kicks it to the corner, and TJ Thomas has got to pick it up, and he's in a lot of duress now. Brought down at the 14-yard line, and Unica will not have great field position to start this drive.
Tackle by number 5, Levi Heidel.
Tackle made by number 51, Riley Brown. Held on there.
Thomas did a good job getting what he could.
I'll tell you, the difference tonight has been in the kicking game for Coalfield. They've really prevented them from having any kind of starting field position.
First and 10 Rangers, ball on their own 14.
So on this Hammers first down, Ramsey pitches it out to Blamo. Blamo looks to get the outside, cannot. Brought down after maybe a gain of 1.
Jamal Blamo, the ball carrier.
I said 1. I was wrong. He picked up 3. That makes it 2nd and 7.
And Eli Justice.
A lot of viewers tuning in from Unaka. We want to welcome you to Channel 12.
And here is Jamal Blamo again. Did the ball come out again?
Yes, it did. Looks like Coalfield football.
Coalfield's got it again.
Things are starting to fall apart for the Unaka football team.
See this Chuck Fleischman replay.
Good moves by the running back. Ball hit from behind. Comes out.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like Brock Jones, maybe. Couldn't tell who that was. Knocked that loose.
Well, you said you thought Unaka needed to win the turnover battle 3-0. Now they're down in the turnover battle 3-0. And we've got a timeout on the field. Coalfield will have a 1st and 10 when we get back to your OEB Law Game of the Week.
At Patriot Home Care, our personal approach to patients is what sets us apart.
I truly appreciate the kindness through the years.
Thank you so much for the care you provided for my husband. Your kindness and compassion will always be appreciated.
We can assist with all ages. Our dedicated staff has the experience to take care of your needs.
The entire home care team has been amazing, and I've definitely felt supported throughout.
Let our family take care of your family. From full-time to just a few hours. See how Patriot Home Care can help you.
And back to your OEB Law Game of the Week. Coalfield.
Second quarter, Gordonsville 14, South Pittsburgh 7.
So, I don't know if you just heard again. Greg Addington in the background updating us. Gordonsville up on South Pitt in the second quarter, 14-7. That game in South Pitt.
Hey, did Coalfield win the middle school state championship this year? They lost.
They lost.
Still, very dominating season for the Coalfield Middle School Yellow Jackets, making it all the way to the state championship. Coming up just a little bit short. We had 2 Morgan County teams make the middle school state championship this year, and the Wartburg Bulldogs in 2A and the Coalfield Yellow Jackets in single A.
That's right.
Maybe a bright future for the Morgan County football squads.
So that was Brock Jones on a little jet sweep. Picks up 4 yards, makes it 2nd and 6. Coalfield taking its time.
The Tinker brothers have done a really good job up at Wartburg Central Middle School, turning that program around. Exciting to see what the future holds for that program.
And here's a handoff to Big Daddy.
He's going.
He is making his way to the end zone. Brought down about the 7-yard line. That'll make it a Hammers 1st and goal. And, man, he can run. And look, his field vision.
It's impeccable, man. He really does have a second sense with where the hole is going to be.
Hines hands off again. And this is, and stays on his feet.
I'm telling you, it's very impressive. You can tell he's watched a lot of film in his life.
Henry, the ball carrier.
I wonder why.
75 there for Coalfield doing the lead blocking. Alex Farr, the junior offensive lineman for Coalfield, pulled across the screen, met that defensive end and pushed him out of the way.
Coalfield will have a 2nd and goal from the 3-yard line.
2nd goal, Yellow Jackets, ball on their own 2.
Yellow Jackets not in any kind of hurry at all. Hines in the I formation, and we've got a whistle.
Penalty marker on the flag.
Both line judges throw a flag this time. Dead ball. And it's another offsides on Unica.
You know, we was talking before the ball game. The last time we got to cover Unica was they played Oakdale in the regular season game. And I'll say this, if you're a Unica fan, don't let this score just totally defeat you, because this team has came a long way from when we first seen Unica several years ago.
Here's Henry fighting for the end zone. Of course he gets there. Touchdown, Coalfield. Makes it 46-12 now, as Luke Treese will come on to attempt the extra point.
Touchdown, play covering 1 yard.
And I'll add to your point in a moment when we get there. Here, you'll see this on the Chuck Fleischman replay. Henry.
A.J. Henry to snap.
Spins his way in.
Luke Treese to attempt.
So Treese missed his last one. Let's see about this one. Here's the snap. Here's the set. Here's the kick. This one is through the uprights. Coalfield now leads this one by 35 points, and we're going to have a running clock when we get back to your OEB Law Game of the Week.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Back to your OEB Law Game of the Week. Karen Harvey, Coach James Hoot Gibson with you. And Coalfield leads this one by a score of 47-12. And the Yellow Jackets will kick it off to Unica. Back deep to receive is TJ Thomas. You mentioned seeing Unica back in, I think, 2016. It was 2016 that year. Unica wins 1 game against Concord Christian. Concord also
new program at the time.
Yeah, not a good football team. Just be honest about it. Unica had trouble fielding a team that year.
They did. I think they were floating around 13 to 12 players.
Yeah, and here is Coalfield with an onside kick.
Number 5, Peters on the recovery.
So Unica will have good field position, but that year,
did he miss it?
I think he missed it.
Surely they wouldn't call him an onside kick.
I think he missed it there. But Unica that year had trouble fielding a team. They went in the final week of the season. They had to go to Midway, and they got beat 71-0. Now,
compare that to this team?
Yeah, so the prize for that was Greenback in the first round. A Greenback team, which, by the way, would go on to play for a state championship later that year. But you had kids that just turned in their jerseys like, we're done with this. And I don't know that I blame them. You get beat at Midway 71-0. And now here's a really good tackle in the backfield by Henry as Unica got it out to Dakota Freeman.
Pass.
But, yeah, and Greenback that year, a lot of people didn't like Greenback that year. They'd kind of run the score up on some teams, and they talked to the former coach, Coach McKinney at Unica, and he said, my guys, they just, I can't do anything about it. They just don't want to go knowing that Greenback can score 100 points on them. And you know what? That's that. Well, this current coach was hired after that season. They did some fundraisers. They did a GoFundMe because that next year, as here's a run for Unica and a flag comes out, that year they had more players come out. The next year, they didn't have enough equipment for the players.
Oh, wow.
They had to do local fundraisers just so that they could have enough equipment for the players there. So you're talking about that is where they were in 2016. And last year, they win 7 games. That's the first time they've won 7 games like this century.
Yeah, come on, man.
And then this year, they also win 7 games. So it's been 2 very good years comparatively for Unica. And fans, Ranger fans, have to be happy with the direction of that program.
A lot more quality product on the football field. You can tell that these kids have learned the game of football, and they surround their coach, and I really like what I see on this bunch. They have a lot of, I'm glad to see them taking the steps in the right direction that they have over the past 6 years.
Yeah, and here is Blamo with a carry. He's brought down in the backfield for a loss, and it was already second and a bunch because of, I guess it was a holding penalty. It was 2nd and 27. Now it's going to be about 3rd and 30 as the clock continues to wind down. But it's comparative to where Oakdale came from when Coach Boyles took over there. You know, they were having to set up cones to simulate a defense for the offense, and that's really, really difficult. Unica had to that summer. They were having to cancel summer practices because they didn't have enough players out. It's tough.
That's real tough. It's hard to get quality practice in when you don't have enough players. You know, and Unica is just a couple seasons away from potentially being able to steal some of those Elizabethan players, and, you know, that could help out their roster tremendously.
Little flip out of the backfield goes to Thomas. Thomas slips down. So another loss in the play, and it's going to be 4th and an eternity.
Stop by Justice.
A little RPO action.
But Unica has Ramsey, their senior quarterback. They'll lose him this year. The all-time leading passer for this Unica program. That's going to be a big loss. But they run a fun offense, so if they do have a quarterback in waiting, he'll have opportunities to get some yards, throw that football around the field. High snap, and Coalfield's coming after it. And Ramsey able to get that punt off. It takes a Unica bounce and will stop just shy of midfield. All things considered, pretty good punt.
On the Unica 49.
Colton Henry almost blocked that punt.
Did a good job not making contact with the punter as well.
Very heads-up play. Guys, if you're out there and you're in the need of any type of construction services of any sorts, if you need a deck built, you need some remodeling done inside your house, you need to give Jones, Sons, and Construction a remodeling. 865-224-9231, 5-star rating.
And at quarterback now is Luke Treese. Treese with a quick pitch out to Jaden Bunch. Bunch still on his feet. Crosses the 45, crosses the 40, makes his way towards the sideline, up the sideline, caught from behind and brought down. And on the tackle for Unica is Dakota Freeman, but great run by Bunch.
Very close to having a horse collar penalty on the play. But we've mentioned Jaden Bunch several times this year with the type of athlete that he is. The amount of plays that this young man is going to make in his Coalfield career is going to be amazing to watch. Very talented young man, I reckon even better student.
31-yard pickup as Treese goes through the air, tries to hit Roberts. That pass falls incomplete. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Intended for Roberts, incomplete.
Clock is running.
It's also got to be great to have an athlete like Bunch and allow him to sit back that freshman year.
Oh, man, that helps so much to actually learn, get used to the speed of the game, slowly get in there, start building your confidence. He is a very special athlete.
So here is Treese. Takes the shotgun snap.
Got a man.
Got time to throw as well. He will keep it, though, and run out of bounds. That doesn't matter, though, because it doesn't stop the clock. And the clock will wind down. That'll be the final play of this third quarter. It is Coalfield already in the red zone looking to score again, add to its lead. The Yellow Jackets lead at 47-12 in the second round of the playoffs on your OEB Law Game of the Week.
Football is back. And OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacles blocking you from scoring a full and fair settlement. Call OEB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your red into a check.
And back to your OEB Law Game of the Week. We can give you some scores of update. In the fourth quarter, Oliver Springs leads over Cloudland 28-12, looking more and more like the Bobcats are going to be back here next week.
Huge win for that Oliver Springs program.
Speaking of huge win, Monterey, with 4 minutes left to go in the game, leads over Hampton 33-16.
Wow, what a dominating performance.
Yeah, Hampton and Monterey both 9-2 on the season. Hampton, a tough place to play. That's where Monterey is. They're in Hampton tonight. Science Hill leading Farragut 26-16.
Wow, 10-point lead for the Science Hill football team.
Anderson County maintaining a 7-point lead over Elizabethton. That one is 28-21 with about 2 left in the third quarter. And in the fourth quarter, Maryville's put another one on the board. They lead the Bearden Bulldogs 21-3.
Wow. Looks like it's going to be another pretty good win for Maryville right there with the Bearden Bulldogs, one of the better defensive teams in all of East Tennessee. So Maryville shaking off those early losses, starting to play some quality football here in the playoffs.
Here's another score for you. McMinn County leads over Oak Ridge at the start of the fourth quarter, 12-7. So that's a good one in McMinn County. So Treese in on this 3rd and 10. 3 wide outs to his left, 1 to his right. Gets the play call from the sidelines as we get set to begin the fourth quarter. It's the final countdown. Bunch in the backfield. Treese takes the snap, looks, throws a slant, and that is behind his intended target. Looked like he was trying to hit Henry. No, Brock Jones. And that'll make it 4th and 10.
Incomplete. Greenless defending.
I would let Treese try to kick a field goal here.
I'd like to see it. He's got the leg.
Yep.
But the problem is when he's playing quarterback, he'd have to come off the field, change his shoe.
That's a good point.
To get back on there to kick the football. And that's kind of hard to do.
That's a good point. So on this 4th and 10, Coalfield just inside the 20-yard line. And I believe they're going to let the play clock wind down, but they're going to have to, I believe, as Treese gets the play and runs in.
3-2.
Yeah, Coalfield's going to have to take a timeout. Yellow Jackets take a timeout, stop the clock with 11:08 left to go in this game as Coalfield faces a 4th and 10 on your OEB Law Game of the Week.
Pat Ryan here with Kathy Mae Martin. If you're thinking of buying or selling real estate, then make the right play call and contact Kathy Mae Martin for all your real estate needs. Kathy's 30-plus years of knowledge and experience gives her clients the competitive edge. You know, like me on game day. Kick is up and it's good. Kathy Mae Martin for all your real estate needs.
Beach 10.
And back at your OEB Law Game of the Week.
14, Dresden 3. Second quarter, Mount Juliet 10, Page 7.
Oliver Springs leads Cloudland 35-12 now. So Oliver Springs scores again.
Extending that lead. Guys, if you're out there and you're tuning in and you are in our area, you need to don't go anywhere when we go off the show here, because the coaches call-in show will be coming up after us, and you can hear all the news and the gossip from all around our area, and the guys will always have something good to talk about. So tune in right after this ball game ends. The coaches call-in show will come on.
Ball on the 19.
Yeah, old Queener and Cox be on there, and if If Cox doesn't make it, then one Brad Jones will stumble in, and he'll be on the show. As here's Treese on 4th down, looks over the middle.
Touchdown!
Brock Jones with the touchdown.
Great footwork by the quarterback of Coalfield there.
Pass complete to Brock Jones for the Coalfield touchdown. Play covering 19
And
yards.
Treese has his kicking shoe run out to him so he can quickly change into it. And Cole Hines will come onto the
You
field.
see the footwork there by the quarterback. Didn't get too extended, kept his feet underneath him to where he had enough power to throw that touchdown pass. Excellent job there by Treese. Going to be one of the more talented quarterbacks next year in our area.
Hines set to hold. And that one.
Fire.
Yeah, so Hines picks it up. This time does not do a backwards pass. Instead, he'll run it in himself. So Cole Hines puts 2 more points on the board for Coalfield. Yellow Jackets now lead it 55-12 with just under 11 minutes left. That snap just rolled across the ground. And Hines, he's looking. He's like, let me just drive through this tunnel here. And that, my friend, is the best story that I've ever told. I know the fans didn't get to hear it because they were at commercial, but, I wanted to tell the fans, but I got cut off, so, whatever.
Tune in to the Aaron Harvey podcast.
No, nobody wants to do that. Here's a kickoff, and
short kick.
Treese is going to kick this one up in the air. This one does go out of bounds.
Just barely. Treese has done a great job tonight kicking that football.
Some guys they just got it. They're just
talented, man.
Yeah.
Well, it's deeper than that. He's had the right guidance. His dad has really took a forward effort in putting him in training lessons, and I remember seeing him as a kid down there at Nate Hall training. Watched him as a little feller in there and learning, adequate ways of playing baseball. And he still today, he's one of the best baseball players in all of East Tennessee, and could be one of the better quarterbacks in East Tennessee next year.
His daddy was a kicker too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so
really good baseball coach down here at Coalfield. I think he won a state championship, if I'm not mistaken.
He did back in 1998, which is the year that Sabre Beauchamp graduated. So she got to see a state championship her senior year, and she is a Jacket fan, alumna of Coalfield, now a county commissioner in Anderson County. So we got a timeout, so let's go to break.
At Patriot Home Care, our personal approach to patients is what sets us apart.
I truly appreciate the kindness through the years.
Thank you so much for the care you provided for my husband. Your kindness and compassion will always be appreciated.
We can assist with all ages. Our dedicated staff has the experience to take care of your needs.
The entire home care team has been amazing, and I've definitely felt supported throughout.
Let our family take care of your family. From full-time to just a few hours. See how Patriot Home Care can help you.
Back to your OEB Law Game of the Week.
County 28, Elizabethton 21.
And last update I have is Anderson County still leading over Elizabethton 28-20.
County 12.
And Oak Ridge has scored and taken the lead over McMinn County 13-12. I don't know if an extra point is pending there or not. But how about the Wildcats with Scott Cummings in his first year going down trying to get a second round win, as here's TJ Thomas falling down for Unica.
Visibly distraught going down there on the play. It's been a frustrating night for number 42, TJ Thomas, the junior. Very talented young man for that Unica football program coming back next year. Should have a big senior season for him.
Yeah, on Unaka's first play of scrimmage, he took it like 60 yards on a screen pass.
Yeah, and I'd love to know, any of you Unaka fans out there, if you know what his 40-yard dash is, drop it in the message box. Let us know. That's one of the fastest players I've seen in a while.
Ball on their own 32.
On second down, low snap. Ramsey just has to pick it up.
Lucky to be able to fall on the football there.
So that's going to be, it's going to bring up third down and long. Low snap. And Connor Conlon able to get that sack.
We've called his name a lot down here at Coalfield. Great seeing him this year. See you, senior? Yep. That'll be a big loss for them next year.
29.
Three-man defensive front for Coalfield. Probably going to send somebody off the edge.
And just a screen pass. This is the play that they ran to start the game, and it's having success again.
Good stiff arm.
As Thomas goes out of bounds, I believe, before he can get that first down.
You know, they're just 3 players away from having a really, really good football team here.
Ramsey takes the snap, and this is a quick pitch to Thomas. Thomas gets no yards, so that will be a turnover on downs.
Coalfield with 10 seniors. That this will be their last year putting on the orange and black for the Coalfield Yellow Jackets. Got 7 juniors, 9 sophomores, and 9 freshmen with 7 eighth graders.
And Landon Ramsey playing his final game as a Unaka Ranger, a 4-year starter at quarterback. Led this Unaka team in tackles, all-time leading passer. Played with his brother Devin. Didn't get to play with his brother John, but a family member, Lindy Ramsey, a current girls basketball player at Unaka, is an all-state player. So the Ramseys, that's a good pedigree up there in Elizabeth.
They got that good blood.
They do. Unaka takes a timeout. I guess we'll do the same thing, or we won't.
Oliver Springs 35, Cloudland 12.
I didn't hear what Greg Addington said.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
So back to your OEB Law Game of the Week.
I want to say congratulations to Boone Wilson and his little football team down here at Coalfield. I'm not sure what age group they are, but I think it's like Hoppers. Had a really good season this year. Had the Shannon Shannon kids out there playing. They had a fun little team to watch this year. Coalfield Youth Club dominating as usual.
Mentioned Lindy Ramsey received an offer to play basketball at the next level as Jaden Bunch is tackled after a good pickup.
Who's his offer by?
Lindy Ramsey, the sister. University of Illinois Springfield got an offer from there.
Springfield, is that D1AA or D2?
I'm not sure.
Either way you go, excellent opportunity to play at the next level, challenge yourself athletically and academically. Can't go wrong. He's not. Oof. I didn't think he was down there.
James, the ball carrier, tackled by number 21, Isaiah White.
See if that knee touched here. Running around the edge here.
2nd and 8 Yellow Jackets, ball on the 30.
Yeah, he was down.
So it picks up 2, makes it 2nd and 8 from the 30-yard line.
This Unica squad next year can get in a lot of 7-on-7 action. It'll help them out tremendously next year.
And here is Jaden Bunch with a carry. Bunch with a lot of yardage. Slips down, gets inside the 20.
Bunch, the ball carrier.
And ball spotted actually at the 15, so a Hammers first down.
Unica subbing in a lot of the younger player. Let them get some experience here in the playoffs. Big number 71's in the ball game, a freshman, Christopher Good. It's a pretty good last name for a big defensive tackle.
He's good.
He's definitely a good.
Literally. Split backfield for Treese. This handoff is, it's Eli Justice. Justice
Eli
gets
Justice,
up
the ball carrier.
to, I think, the
Dakota
10-yard line.
Freeman on the tackle for the Unaka Rangers. Very forceful tackle here on a very hard guy to tackle.
Justice gets up to about the 7. So this will bring up a 2nd
and 2 Yellow Jackets.
And about 2.5.
Justice is another guy that had a really good defensive game tonight.
And Justice gets the carry again. Gets up to about the 5. That should be really close to a first down. And it is. So a Hammers first and goal from the 5-yard line.
I'd like to see Coalfield substitute all their young players in here, give them a good opportunity to get some reps in the playoff game,
Yellow Jackets, ball on the
build
5.
that depth for next year. Penalty.
Justice, the ball carrier, penalty marker on the play.
Coalfield with one very impressive weight room down here. They added that on several years ago, and it's made a huge impact on this Coalfield football program. Offensive, defensive lines is always pretty dominant. Down here, as you see the big guys working up front with a big flat back pancake block by the Coalfield offensive guard there.
In the last 5 yards, dead ball foul, false start.
So ball is spotted at the 10-yard line, first and goal. Treese with that split backfield again, and we've got another stoppage in play.
They're pointing over here in the, they're throwing somebody out. Somebody mouthing over there. He done left, run out of the stadium. Police is on the chase. Not sure what he did, if he threw something or what. It came from the Coalfield sideline. Looked like it might have made contact with the referee's head.
Really?
Yep.
Huh.
It looked like he threw a bottle or something. Not what you want to see here at the end of the ball game.
Might have been a Unica fan on their way out. We don't know. But I don't definitively want to say that it was somebody from Coalfield without knowing. Here is Eli Justice on the carry. And Justice picks up a couple. That'll make it 2nd and goal.
Eli Justice, the ball carrier.
Drawing quite the crowd outside the parking lot gate there. Looks like we might have a camera coming.
Oh, this is like pro wrestling.
You see there, getting escorted out of the ball game. Anybody recognize them at the house? Name tag them. You just can't act like that at a high school football game. We got to remember these are kids, and these referees are doing the best that they can do. He better be careful or he will find himself in the Morgan County Jail. Let me tell you, that ain't no place to be.
Following the 9.
Why, have you spent some time in there?
I have spent some time in jail. About 5 years worth of my life has been served in prison, but not as an inmate, but as an officer.
Oh, okay, okay. You had us all worried there for a second. We did. We thought we did a background check. Maybe we didn't.
Almost stretching across that goal line, brought down just short.
That's Matthew Denton.
Good to see Matthew Denton in the ball game, getting some vital carries here.
Matthew Denton, the ball carrier.
Another young player for that Coalfield program. Looks to be a very talented young man for the future. Holding that ball high and tight. A little bit tighter. That'll come in time. Like, they love teaching that grabbing the wrist now instead of grabbing the ball, and it helps a lot.
Here's Treese on the quarterback keeper, and Treese is brought down.
Just short of the touchdown. 4th down.
Treese keeps. Met first by number 65, Jacob Wilson.
You know what we saw earlier in this game, a huge moment, looking back on it now. Unaka had a 3rd and goal from about the 2-yard line, and Coalfield was able to stop them on 3rd down and 4th down, kept Unaka out of the end zone, and Coalfield drove down the field and scored.
Rangers take over 1st and 10, ball on their own.
And that put Coalfield up by 2 scores. And then the following drive was the pick 6 from Eli Roberts, which put Coalfield up even more right before the half. That was a big turning point in this game.
Huge.
Final, Sweetwater 55, McMinn Central 21.
See Coach Spanky running around down there on the Coalfield sidelines. New addition to the Coalfield Middle School coaching staff. Also famous wrestler, local. Along with the Stew Crew. Some big old boys out there.
So Unaka takes over on downs. And we're going to have one more play.
Ryan Peters, the ball carrier.
In this ball game.
67, Grayson Saldner.
Guys, if you're out there and you're needing any type of property improvement needs, tree stumps, trees removed, gravel aggregates, leveling, any type of brush clearing, you need to give Crooked Fork Farms a visit. www.crookedforkfarms.com. Visit that website, check it out, go to brush clearing or check out any of their tabs, and it's self-explanatory. If you have any questions, call them. They'll answer them.
So screen pass.
Pass complete to Freeman. Stopped by Lucas Adcock.
Huge win here for the Coalfield Yellow Jackets to move forward to the next round of the playoffs to meet the mighty Oliver Springs Bobcats.
And we just saw the last pass of Landon Ramsey's career as this Unaka team season will come to an end in the 2nd round of the TSSAA Playoffs. The farthest this Unaka team has ever made it. It was a great season for the Rangers. And Coalfield will move on to the 3rd round of the playoffs. And they'll take on Oliver Springs, a team from just 5 miles up the road.
Matchup, guys. Huge matchup. If you're out there and you want us to cover that ball game, you need to give Brad Jones a phone call. See if we can possibly make that happen. It's going to be a slobber knocker.
So it is a final here at Rochelle Field. Coalfield 10-1 on the season. They get the big win tonight, 55-12.
Now 11-1, correct? After this win.
Yeah, you're right. They are
11-1. That's a great season down here for Coalfield. Cannot wait to see them move forward next week versus Oliver Springs, a team they've already dispatched in the regular season.
That was 50-0.
Yeah, total dominated.
And Oliver Springs they were starting to get a little bit better. And then they came into that game, which was for a region championship, and Coalfield just embarrassed them.
They really did. And you know that was a tough film session when they got back in on Saturday morning with Coach Harper watching their performance on the video screen. So I'm guarantee you Oliver Springs is looking forward to this matchup, and they know that they're going to have to bring their A game to keep this game close next week.
Yeah, they'll be mad. They'll be ready to play.
Yeah, they will.
So that could be a really good game there. And then whoever wins that game is going to the semifinals. Who are they going to play in the semifinals? I have no idea, because Gordonsville is up on South Pittsburgh right now.
That rematch of Coalfield and Gordonsville?
Yeah, but they'd have to make it there first, because Clay County is up on Whitwell, and Clay County won the Gordonsville's region this year. So a lot of talent in that middle part of the bracket there. Some really good football teams.
Very good football team you see there on your screen, led by some very good local football coaches who have the best interest of those kids in mind when coaching them.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, Coalfield belongs in that conversation. They went to Gordonsville and took it on the chin a little bit, but I think that was just a wake-up call for Coalfield, because they've got the talent to play with those three teams.
Yeah, absolutely. You see there Benson Napier on the screen. Tusculum legend, walked on to University of Tennessee, later transferred to Tusculum and was one of the better offensive linemen in Tusculum history. So he's a very good football coach, young coach. I believe he's only got a couple years experience at Harriman before becoming the head football coach here at Coalfield.
Yep.
But he is surrounded by a lot of talented football coaches with a lot of experience to help him along the way. And there's no better place for Benson Napier than down here at Coalfield.
Yeah, and Coach Napier played for Coach Keith Henry, and his brother Jared. And you know that the things that Coach Henry was able to do, Coach Napier is wanting to continue that. And so there is some consistency there. And there has been some consistency there for the players. So it's not like they had to learn a completely new system when he came on.
No, it's not. And you give Benson Napier time to really grow his coaching knowledge over some time, get in some good coaching clinics. That's going to be one of the better coaches in the state of Tennessee in the future.
So the season continues on for Coalfield. Let's go ahead and take a timeout, and we'll give you some scores and talk about this just a little bit more when we get back to your OEB Law Game of the Week.
Football is back. And OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacles blocking you from scoring the full and fair settlement. Call OEB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your red into a check.
So back to your OEB Law Game of the Week. Aaron Harvey, Coach James Hoot Gibson. I can't tell you where we're going to be next week. I don't know. But I can tell you that if you follow the BBB Communications Facebook page, it will be there. And we'll figure out what's going to happen. And I think it could be right back here at Rochelle Field to see Coalfield take on Oliver Springs.
Yeah, guys, if you're out there and you're a sponsor and you want to have that game sponsored and viewed so people that just can't really get out can watch this ball game, watch their loved ones play, get in contact with Brad Jones at BBB TV. Tell him you want to sponsor the ball game and see if we can't bring that to you next week.
Yeah. In other words, give us your money.
Hey, it takes a lot to bring this program to your home, guys. Trust us. Very expensive. If you could see everything that we are seeing up here that it takes to put this show on for you, it's pretty intimidating.
It certainly is, and on top of that, we got to pay TSSAA. They got to get their cut too once we get to the playoffs. So there is that. So some final scores for you. Oliver Springs does defeat Cloudland 35-12. Greenville, a winner over Gibbs tonight, 58-28. Monterey defeats Hampton 40-16 in Hampton. Whew, big win there. How about this? Science Hill defeats Farragut 40-19. I did not see that one coming. With a minute left in the fourth quarter, Anderson County is up on Elizabethton 30-24. So that's a good game. In the fourth quarter, Maryville leads over Bearden 28-10. West is a winner over Mo West 68-14. Yeah. West is different.
I'm telling you now.
Let's see. York Institute is up in the third quarter over South Green 14-0. So it's looking like Monterey and York are going to play next week in the quarterfinals.
That's an old school traditional matchup right there. York running that triple option wing T type offense. Monterey doing a lot of the same stuff.
Powell shuts out Walker Valley tonight 48-0.
Wow.
Yeah, in the third quarter, Gordonsville still leading over South Pitt by a score of 14-7. Sweetwater, a huge winner over McMinn Central, 55-21. So Sweetwater will play the winner of the Loudoun-Giles County game. Right now, Giles County leads that one in the second quarter, 14-0. Oak Ridge hanging on, still up over McMinn County by a score of 13-12. Big game down there against the Cherokees. Let's see some other scores you might care about. Clay County up on Whitwell 26-0. So the winner of Gordonsville and South Pitt will move on to play Clay County. And I think that's probably about all that the people would care about. It's playoff time, and you know, the first round, you're going to get like a lot of blowouts. The second round, you're going to get some really good games along with some blowouts. That quarterfinal round, though, is when it starts tightening up, and it's hard to find a blowout kind of game. And then that is for the semifinals. And you make it to the semifinals, you've got an opportunity to make it to Chattanooga and play for a gold ball.
And that would do so much well down here at Coalfield if they was able to make an appearance this early in Benson Napier's career and really spring that football program forward for the years to come.
Yeah, and they've got the senior leadership to do it. You know, they've got 10 seniors out there, and their best players, you know, Cole Hines and Big Daddy out there. Those are
rocking that mullet.
So, congratulations to Coalfield getting the win tonight over Unica, 55-12. The Yellow Jackets will have a home game next Friday at 7 against Oliver Springs in the quarterfinals for a chance to play in the semifinals. And tell you what, we'll have the free medical clinic Friday night scoreboard show, not immediately when we go off the air. It'll be at 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock, guys. Tune in and call in. Let them know what you saw wherever you was at. We don't have eyes everywhere, but we got them in a lot of places. And so, guys, call in, participate. Let Coach Queener and Jonathan Cox know what you saw. Participate, call in, let them know what you know.
Yeah, then a couple hours are going to go by, and then they'll want to talk about that Tennessee football team that got beat by Georgia last week.
Yeah, but Missouri, that's a big game tomorrow. Missouri's a trap game, guys.
Yeah, got to watch out for it.
Tune in. If you're out there and you're debating on going to the Tennessee game, you better go and you better be loud.
Now, if you can get a ticket, because that's not very easy right now anyway. So I tell you what, let's go off the air. You like that?
Yes, do it.
I do too. For our cameraman and for James Hoot Gibson, for our producer who is the owner of BBB TV Channel 12. Also for our sponsors, including Jim Rivers, David Rivers, Judy and Charlie Slack, Saber Beauchamp, Don and Paula Goins, and also this week, Jones & Sons Construction and Remodeling. We want to say thank you to all of you, and we hope you have enjoyed tonight's broadcast. Until next time, so long, folks.
Pat Ryan here with Kathy May Martin. If you're thinking of buying or selling real estate, then make the right play call and contact Kathy May Martin for all your real estate needs. Kathy's 30-plus years of knowledge and experience gives her clients the competitive edge. You know, like me on game day. Kick is up and it's good. Kathy May Martin for all your real estate needs.
At Patriot Home Care, our personal approach to patients is what sets us apart.
I truly appreciate the kindness through the years.
Thank you so much for the care you provided for my husband. Your kindness and compassion will always be appreciated.
We can assist with all ages. Our dedicated staff has the experience to take care of your needs.
The entire home care team has been amazing, and I've definitely felt supported throughout.
Let our family take care of your family. From full-time to just a few hours. See how Patriot Home Care can help you.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Football is back, and OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense. Call OEB Law and turn your wreck into a check.